Welcome tonight to a special edition of Mir Musk. It's the Kings Roundtable with the three kings. I got my co-host here tonight, Mr. Addicted to Profits, ATP, and riding in the demoted to the third spot on his own channel tonight is the baby Lil Mir. So,
Yes, sir.
We'll do by age. You're knocked down, boy.
I know. I'm in the passenger. I'm in the back seat now, bro.
No, he asked me to run the ship tonight because he's just chilling. But no, this stream we initially had a guest planned, and we decided fuck it. He wanted to push it, so we thought we'd get the boys back together from the football season and do a little football talk and maybe talk on some dab drama as well. So
hey, I gotta say that the football poll I did with 11 people, I won the fucking poll. So I won
nice.
$2,000. So that's so if people think I'm full of crap or I don't know what I'm talking about, I won it.
So if you would have picked any of ATP picks that we did on our show, you would have lost all your money. But then if you would have been in the DM group with him, and he would have been DMing you like who he picked every week, then you would have won it all back. So of course that's what happened. So
well, in my own poll, I just wasn't emotionally invested. So I was just like, that's when you win money, as you know.
Right. So we got through the NFL season, and it seemed to open a lot of people's eyes even further to the conspiracy of hashtag NFL rigged. A trend that started a few years ago on YouTube, and the social media sphere is now gone mainstream with the injection of the Pfizer tight end and the Ice Queen herself, Taylor Swift, into the beloved game of football that we all enjoy. So what was your take going into the playoffs? And where did you guys
being a Raiders fan, after the Raiders kicked their ass on Christmas Day, which was the greatest win, whatever, or Christmas Eve or whatever it was, when we got two defensive touchdowns, I was like, there's no way. Decline Host is my biggest fan, my only fan. So
we can send Bill the
get Bill on here too, man.
Yeah, I'll send Bill.
I don't know if he wants to, but Mir, send it to him if he wants to. I sent Michael Ray Bauer too. He's a big Raiders guy, so maybe he'll try to get on too. But
man, who knows if he come on?
But yeah, that Christmas
right now, so
that Christmas game was the game where there's two touchdowns back to back on defense, right?
Yeah, man. And then the Chiefs, I was just like, the Chiefs are not going to win the Super Bowl after seeing because their offense looks so bad. And and then they still like pulled it off in the end. I'm disgusted.
Thanks for the heads up, Colt.
Yeah, man.
So
sorry.
Doesn't look like Bauer's going to make it, but yeah, no, exactly. And actually, that game had a little conspiracy angle to it too, because was it Jack Jones, the corner, got in trouble. He got in trouble for offering the ball to a kid and ripping it apart or ripping it back, right?
Guy in the stand who was trying to take it away. And it looked like legit. Like that guy.
No, I agree. I agree with the player because and all the media people, the blue check marks on Twitter were like, look at this guy. He stole the ball from a kid and he mocked this kid.
I'm a Raiders fan. I'm like, good.
I know, it was funny. But then once you saw it, there was like an old head who was like down there trying to grab it. And then after the game, he said like, yeah, man, I was just trying to give it. I saw that guy trying to take it from him. So
I ripped the ball back.
Yeah. So that was like where the misinformation and double narrative thing kind of started in that game. And then, of course, I don't think the Chiefs got called for a penalty the rest of the season or the playoffs, but
I saw some of that right tackle for the Chiefs, who's like the worst right tackle in the league, who tackles. Like he was like tackling Boza, like literally, and they weren't calling that shit.
Yeah, I said it to my son. I was like, that's going to be holding right there and it was on Bosa, right, clear as day in the middle of the play.
Right.
And then they didn't call it. And he's like, well, why didn't they call? I'm like, I don't know. You know, it's like football. You can call it sometimes, don't others, but it was right there, you know?
What was your guys' take on that final play in overtime with like literally they ran a play with 5 seconds running down on the clock instead of calling a timeout and then trying to run a play and then possibly kick a field goal? They just ran it anyway. Do you think that was kind of weird? I was like, what the fuck? Why are they just like running a play with 5 seconds left with the clock running?
Hey, man, the one thing I'm going to tell
HP.
you, sorry, is that Shanahan's the biggest choker ever. He was the offensive coordinator in that game, for the Falcons with the 28-3 game. You know, yeah, Bill, I agree with you 100%, man. So, and then like the only two other games in history with like a 10-point lead blown is Shanahan as coach. Like he's terrible. Sorry, like
No, I agree. I think they, man, there's a couple things in that game. I didn't think the extra point was going to be all that big a deal at the time.
Right.
It was funny because I was watching it and then I was like, yeah, they're going to go up. And I kind of took it for granted. And then all of a sudden, right when I said something to my son about it, it got blocked. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Didn't think much of it because I kind of thought the Niners had it still. I thought they were just going to get a stop, you know.
The special teams is actually what cost the Niners. That play plus when the punt hit that idiot, he should have been out of the way. Like actually, those two plays don't happen. They actually win the Super Bowl.
They win by 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was wild. And then I guess on the last play, there were some ineligible men downfield. Did you see that rumor going?
Yeah,
that
I did not see that. That's going on.
Yeah, and the Chiefs, dating back to the Vikings game, I think in week 4 or 5, Snead took off his helmet during a play.
Right. Yeah, I remember
the referee told him to put the helmet back on. So there's a bunch of these little things, and it doesn't help that everything's on camera and everything's mic'd up now. But yeah, of course, the grand idea behind it all is, well, look, Mr. Pfizer and the pop
Satanist
queen
herself.
Yeah, like the Taylor Swift whole thing. Of course they're gonna win, and I still thought the Niners were gonna win because they just had a better team. But yeah, like you said, they choked.
What's the bigger fake, like that or MLC fucking fake fight?
Right.
What's more fake these days? MLC, the NFL, or WWE? Like WWE might be the most real at this point. Like that Vince McMahon shit, like that sounded real, bro.
Yeah. So.
But I know ATP, you've got thoughts on what's going on MLC, and you're fired up about that. We could touch on that, or we could get into. You want to get into the whole AC and the battle at the Borgata, or do you want to get into draft?
Let's get to draft first, and then we'll.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as far as the draft goes, once your team gets eliminated, me and ATP, where week 17 or week 18, whatever you want to call it nowadays, we started turning our eyes towards the draft, and your team edged out my team for a better draft pick. Just by where are you guys drafted? I think we're 11. You're 10 or 9, right?
You're 13 or 14. You're 13 or 14.
Oh wait, are you? I thought you were ahead of the Vikings.
No. We went 8-9, man. So.
Oh, okay. So you guys
believe we had a better record than the Vikings.
Yeah, congratulations.
Okay.
Our coach and all that shit.
Well, that's good then. For some reason I thought you guys, someone edged us out who might be in the market for a quarterback. So, of course, all the fans in Minnesota. So we have the best. Minnesota has the best pick of all of our 3 teams, and
yes.
Everyone's going quarterback shopping in Minnesota. Are they going to trade up? Are they going to?
Oh, you guys are done Kirk Cousins? You think you move on from that?
People, yeah, I don't know. They might try to re-sign him, but actually now more indication than ever is like they're not really. It doesn't seem like there's much movement. Like the GM doesn't really, even if he wants to come back, they don't really want to go with him.
Gotcha.
And the rumor was like, hey, maybe they'll get him for a 2-year, like a $60 million, but he might be able to get more for 1, and then for 2, he's coming off an Achilles. For 3, Kwesi, Adolfo Mensa, and Kevin
I think
O'Connell
I think
didn't
he's
want him.
260. I think that's what he is. Because
I think so too.
I think all these Raiders, because like some people have talked about him coming to the Raiders, because where we're picking, we can't get one of those.
No.
No, but like they're like, oh, you got to pay $50 million a year. I'm like, no, man, you're getting like $30 million a year for him. Like, it's not like.
No, he was having an MVP year. He's an amazing quarterback, to be honest.
Yeah, but the Achilles now.
I know,
Achilles,
but
man, and he's 35, 36 years old. So
it's tricky because he is good, and if you are on the cusp, he could be like a Stafford to push you really high
to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
And I've heard rumors of Atlanta maybe looking at him at like 35 a year,
that too.
2 for 70 or something like that, or maybe he even gets 3 somewhere. But I don't know. It's in Minnesota. They have a couple other needs and holes and cap issues. Like the Jefferson contract's coming up. They need D-line bad because Hunter's a free agent. If they want to keep him, they can. But then you never know. And then what that means, then it's like Kirk, Jefferson, and Hunter are 3 studs you got, and they're all going to be top end paid guys. So it's kind of like who you can take 2 out of the 3.
Dude, the reason I'm smiling is you just go with your boy, the guy with the big stats. The guy gets 400 yards every game. Who was your backup this year?
Oh, Mullins. Yeah.
Mullins gets like 400 yards a game, and he loses every fucking game.
Oh, man.
I love watching him, bro.
Well, the Vikings, if you look at the Viking, man, there's a lot of what if going on with Vikings fans because Cousins would start playing real good, and then they had Dobbs, and he played okay for a little bit, and then they had 4 starting quarterbacks, but if Kirk would have stayed solid, they lost a couple games that they should have won. They whooped up on the Niners. They should have beaten Kansas. I don't know. It was one of those years of like, what if, of course.
Right.
With Jefferson going down for a lot of the year, Cousins going down. But do you want to try to run it back and claw your way back? I mean, they could be a 10, 11 win team again with Cousins, but at some point you need a quarterback. And this year's the best draft position they've had in, maybe 7-8 years.
I guess, rebuild the quarterback position.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be the deepest quarterback.
I think the Raiders and Vikings are kind of similar in that they're kind of playoff teams other than the quarterback right now. It's like the rest of the team is fine. Yeah, I know you want to do a few things here and there, but it's like both of us need to get like that franchise kind of quarterback. And by the way, both teams have not had a franchise quarterback in 20 years or whatever.
I mean, would you rather just win the Super Bowl next year, or would you want a franchise quarterback? Because I think you have the parts in place to be a Super Bowl team, possibly. You come into next year.
A lot of Raider fans just want to sell the future to trade up. And I'm not so big on that because I'm kind of like, that's 50-50 anyhow. It's just like, and if because the Raiders are picking like 13th, 14th, it's like you got to trade up. Like you're gonna have to trade like 3 first-round picks to do that. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, so. That shit where they like do the mock trades to get like the Bears first pick. It looks stupid. Like.
No, totally.
It's you're first from this year, you're first from next year, you're second from next year, and then you're first for the year after that.
And by the way, whenever teams trade up like that, it don't work.
Look at
Carolina, or like you remember when the Bears did that for Trubisky?
Right.
They don't work. So
yeah. So that's the problem.
Just draft there, it's fine, but when they have to trade up to get there, it don't work.
Right, because they don't have a line, and then it's stupid. So I mean, but I wouldn't mind trading up somewhat, but it just depends who they want and where.
Well, but who do you like? Okay, forget the first 3 guys: May, Daniels, the guy from USC,
Bo Nix, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, where would you take them? It's just like. I would take Dix at like 13 if I'm the Raiders.
I would definitely do it.
Yeah. So, I really, I don't
yeah.
like the fucking. I don't like the Michigan guy. You know, and
Yeah, I
we're
think
now
Minnesota might get him.
see we're playing against Harbaugh, so he knows that guy. I don't want that guy because for that reason, like Harbaugh knows that guy inside and out. You know,
Right.
yeah. So I wouldn't want to take him there. You know,
I
so
think the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to get a top 3 guy because last year they did one of those mega offers to the Colts, and I guess their GM offered, and they still had Cousins under contract for that year. They wanted the guy, the Richardson, and I guess they offered him like 2 or 3 firsts and a bunch of picks, and they said no. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go up and try to get Drake May or Daniels or something like that. But I haven't been following a lot of the pre-draft positioning and who's the guy and who's, the secondary guy and third guy. But
I've been a little bit, but like, I don't know. It's just like you can't get into it till like March or something like that, or April, So
I mean, hey, at least you don't have to worry about your offensive defensive coordinators for the most part.
Dude, what's going to happen with the Eagles, by the way? Their defense went to shit at the end of the season.
I say we draft some rookies for the defensive side on free safety, maybe some cornerbacks. But other than that, man, I don't know. We lost Jason Kelsey. He's gone, so we have a center hole to fill.
He's a piece of shit, just like his fucking brother. So,
no, he's not. No, he's not. He's a good guy. He's a good
player,
man.
but I mean, as a person, that's what I'm saying.
He seems cooler than his brother, but he's still kind of a knucklehead.
Yeah. A little too many hits to the head, but all I'm gonna say is
the Chrysler shit in the fucking
all I'm saying is we have the tools. We just need to draft the right defensive rookies, and then we need to get the right defensive coordinator in there because that shit's fucked up. And offense, I think I would cut our fucking offensive coordinator, honestly. That the offense went to complete shit in some aspects.
Went to horrible. Like that playoff game, they couldn't even block a simple blue.
I knew Godwin and Mike Evans would torch us, and I knew Baker Mayfield would fucking cook us too. There's no, I was calling that beforehand, before that game even started. That was going to happen because we were just not there mentally, and our offense was garbage. This is the last year, by the way, for our coach. If he fucks up this year, he's done. They're going to cut it. They're going to get rid of his ass.
Well, they had a historic fall, the Eagles, but you got to remember it all kind of started when that fat Dom guy, remember the security guard guy, got involved, and then he got punished by the NFL. So that's another conspiracy. Like, what was that Dom dude doing?
I mean, doesn't help though. Also, we went through a fucking gauntlet for what, 5 games straight?
True. You had an easy schedule, and then you had a bunch of fucking hard games. So
yeah,
and that fucked us up. So
got exposed a little bit.
Mir, what is your hat? Montreal Canadiens?
No, that's Colorado.
Yeah,
Colorado.
State,
okay.
Yeah, I actually have what was it? I think I had a hat or something. No, I had a shirt with that because I love that logo.
Fuck yeah, dude!
It's like the state logo of Colorado. It's dang.
That is a cool logo. Yeah. But I keep telling. I hate to get off topic, but I keep telling Mir he has to be a Leeds United fan because 3 of our starters are fucking Wales like starters.
They're Welshmen. They're good Welshmen.
Yeah, exactly, man. So you got to be a Leeds United boy.
No, I love Newcastle, man.
Newcastle's cool. Yeah, that's my second team. So I agree with you, man. The northern, hardcore Englishmen.
Yes, we don't respect the Anglo-Saxons at all. That's how we keep it.
Yeah,
so ATP, you're thinking
in Newcastle. So
what are you thinking for that pick with the Raiders? What do you want to see him do? That's an actual chick. I thought it was a dude, and then she was hitting me up like, no. So
like, no.
Hey man, if she looks half decent, I'll fly her down there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, my boy.
Yeah. So as long as she doesn't look like Melton or something.
I don't know. She probably I think she's new. She probably doesn't know the lore of Porno Dave, so you got to get her acclimated before she gets her trip down to the Bahamas.
Dude, what's so stupid about all that shit, actually, before we get into it, like, we're all doing this for fun. It's supposed to be fun,
Yeah, well, Colt C, Sheila might have more subscribers than anyone in the Hackverse, but ATP has more views than anyone in the Hackverse on his
Okay, it does.
Barstool documentary. Like ATP has a documentary made about him
I was
on
showing it
Barstool.
to actually a girl tonight when I was at a bar before I came back here, and she was like, "Oh my god, it's like 150,000 views." Like,
Damn
whatever.
straight. Now drop those panties.
That's it. Yeah, he's got Stanhope simping for him. Being like, "Damn, bro, you're doing
There's a
numbers,
certain
bro."
guy, he wants to come down here. Whatever, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
Let's go back to
No.
football for a second before we get into this other shit. Yeah.
Well, we'll get. Here's a little transition. Next year we're going to be doing it up big down in the Bahamas. All of us throwing the biggest party of all time for the Super Bowl. So this year was a dark Super Bowl with the two teams involved. None of
I
us
didn't
liked
want to
them.
do it this year with those teams.
I hated both of them. I fucking hate both of those.
I hate both of them. So I was like, fuck that shit. And Leeds, the 49ers own Leeds, right? So I'm kind of like, I'll go for them, but I still, like, being a Raiders fan, we all hate the Niners because that was the team across the bay for years.
Right.
And then we all hate the Chiefs. So I was like, oh, this is my worst Super Bowl fucking imaginable. I'm sure Bill from New Jersey will agree with that, being a Raiders fan.
I just personally hate these teams.
No,
all of them.
Yeah, especially with like Bill said, it's in your building,
exactly.
So that sucks.
It's
But
last,
just like the Eagles won it in the Vikings buildings, and the Vikings-Eagles kind of had a mini rivalry going around then too. So it's like, and I guess all the Eagles fans were dickheads when they came to Minnesota. I was in Chicago.
Go Birds!
Yeah.
Have you seen that meme?
Was that in Minnesota? Or
it's when that Eagles fan's in front. That lady's trying to have a conversation with the Eagles fan. He's just screaming in her face, "Go Birds!"
Yeah, I mean,
the best thing about the thing I do have a little synergy with the Eagles is like the Raiders and Eagles fans are two biggest assholes in the world. Like in our building, we're gonna be like, don't talk shit to us. And I'm talking about like old.
I'll send Sven the link too. Yeah, I'm listening.
Dude, Sven's not up. Dude, it's like fucking 4 a.m. there.
He's probably on. He's probably rolling. He's all right.
Well, he hates Melton, so he's good with me.
There you go.
But like, I don't know, man. It's just like I just didn't care about the game. I didn't do it. I had like 5 buddies over, and usually have a big party. I just didn't care. Whatever.
No, yeah, I feel that. No, I made some money.
Yeah, guys, honest opinion. I thought the game was boring. Like, I thought it was like a boring fucking game.
I kind of enjoyed it, honestly. It was a good football game for the most part. I think they kept it kind of close. The refs did, so it was good.
Yeah,
I was kind of watching it, but then I was editing our merch and ski mask thing from the night before. So I was kind of like going back and forth and watching it, and I had
one of our best shows to date.
Yeah, that was funny.
So everyone knows I don't watch the MLC anymore. I have no interest in it at all. So I think it's all fake now. So
yeah, so supposedly I didn't see MLC today, but sounds like it sucked. I don't know who was the guest. I just completely missed it, but I thought yesterday's was great, and we kind of
when they went off on Ray. Well, anything that's anti-Ray, you're gonna enjoy, Chow. So
I just love Ray on anything. I think he's the funniest fucking dude to watch because of how redacted his ass is. So, but
at least Ray puts himself out there. Like, at least he doesn't hide his own whatever room like Melton. Like, at least he puts himself out there to be shit on, and then he goes kind of psycho. And I did see it. It was kind of funny. Yeah, the other day. So
yeah, so tying back to the Super Bowl and the dab, ATP, you were real fired up about what happened because
I think it's all fake, man. I think it's not, none of it's real.
Yeah.
I heard the Bob and Kevin thing was real though, from a reliable source, right? I think it was built from Jersey.
Dude, I heard from another reliable source that
that shit was fake as fuck.
Owe him no money, and it's just that was all a work. So I don't know, man. And I kind of like Bob, and I like KB too, but I just think it's who knows at this point. But also it's two 60-year-old men acting like that. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
It's disgusting.
It's
It's
dope.
like ridiculous, It's like, grow up, Dude,
Yeah.
Mir, you're like 24. I'm like 46. I know Chow's like, I think 38, right?
Yeah,
I would
I'm
never
gonna
act like that in
guys.
public.
It's just like, come on, grow the fuck up. Like, it's like, And then the thing that got me about it was like, I saw people like, they're like, they're introducing themselves as their like super chatters names. Can you fucking believe that? Like, oh, I'm fucking beloved asshole. I'm fucking flimsy fuckface. Like, it's just like, dude, you guys are losers, man. Like, can you believe that? Like
I heard people were putting money in envelopes and like slipping it into Kevin's pocket and stuff. That's crazy.
Dude, that's actually disgusting me. And like, Kevin could see this, and I don't care if he doesn't like me anymore. When like literally like he was like bragging about like people giving him money in envelopes. I was like, that's disgusting, man.
That's it. I'm done. Yeah.
I'm like, that's really, you're bragging about that too. Get the fuck out of here. Like that's,
It just sounds like he's a whore, in my opinion.
yeah, totally. I'm like, I would never give you. It's just like let's hang out and be friends. You actually, Chow, you were right because you're always a fucking Chad guy. Chad will always respond to me. He doesn't care how much money you're giving to him. He's a cool guy, But like, if all you're gonna be friends with people because they give you a lot of money, it's like, get the fuck out of here, Like, it's disgusting. It's like, And then you got guys like Beloved Chatter and Flimsy or whatever. And they think they're like big stars because they're like super chatters in the show. It's like, dude, you're losers. Sorry, it's just like, get a life. And then Beloved Chatter was showing pictures of his like fucking fake girlfriend to KB, and supposedly she was like a woman of color. That's what KB loves. And I'm like, dude, this is the fakest girlfriend of all time. Like, sorry, and they all go off of me for saying this. I don't give a shit.
No, you're honest though. That's the thing though. Like, you're being honest. People are gonna hate on you.
It's just like, oh, she happens to be a woman of color because KB would like that. Like, get out of here, man. And when I watch some of these streams now, like I don't really comment anymore on them. That Beloved Chatter guy, I call him unbeloved bullshitter. That's what I call him. It's like, dude,
There he is.
You're in every chat commenting on everything. Get a fucking life, dude.
BC's here, baby. All day, every day.
Yeah, man. Okay, man. I'll show you my girlfriend, man. Yeah, I show it to you, man. From my Colombian girlfriend's probably 10 times as hot as your fucking and Delish thinks you're a piece of shit, by the way. So whatever.
Well, so Beloved Chatter really, got clouded.
And he proved my point. He's here right now.
Yeah, so he's thinking your chick's bought and paid for, but
man, she's a real girl.
She's a dime. So yeah, no, I mean he got a lot of clout coming out of AC. He was a man of the town. Yeah. So that was pretty dank for.
And by the way, Chatter, come visit me. We'll probably get along. I think you're actually probably a half decent, cool guy. So
from all accounts, he's supposed to be a good dude. So
I'm just talking shit, man.
Yeah, no, he knows that. The chat wars are amongst us now. So everyone's got to pick sides and beef with each other. But
although he's proving my point that he just has no life. It's watching every show. He is proving me.
But I mean, I give him some respect. He puts his picture out there, and he is showing up at these events. Picture. So
I will give him that. Unlike flimsy fuckface. So
why have
he usually means what he says when he's chatting. He's making jokes. He's not like trying to.
He's a funny guy. So hey, Chatter, I will give you that. So that's it. So.
What's wrong with Flimsy? I don't know why you hate Flimsy. What's the reason?
No, because when we had Michael Ray, Flimsy was in the chat saying that like Melton needed to do more videos on me, exposing me as like a fraud. He was like writing that shit in the chat. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I've never had any issue with Flimsy or whatever. He was writing that shit. And I'm like, you're a piece of shit, man. And I've heard he's a fat fuck in real life. So like, it's just
like why are you like
no beef with Flimsy at all? You know, and just like, why are you writing that down in there?
like promoting like doxing and attacking people? Yeah.
When we had Bauer in the, a lot of people were asking in the chat. They were like, go on MLC, go on, you know, NLO, and I just wrote something because I've talked with Bauer like personally, right? And I was just like, he hates Patrick, and he won't go on, you know.
See, BC loves you, bro.
Yeah. I think beloved chatter, me and him would actually get along. So like, you know, I think, you know, it's a hey man, all the
but Flimsy, you know, Flimsy's a different.
But I was just like, you know, all I was saying was like, look at Bauer won't do MLC and he won't do, you know, NLO because Patrick attacks him all the time, and he's a very sensitive guy who got on the show, you know. So
sorry to interrupt you with these, but yeah, he's saying, you know, you good.
Yeah, man.
You guys got mutual respect. Just a little shit talking.
Yeah. I'll make up with him.
That's what men do.
But Flimsy, you know, he's another beast in himself.
And yeah, I just don't like that kind of shit where it's like, expose me as a fraud. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're just trying to have fun here. It's not like a big serious thing or something. Like, you don't take
where you expose their families, you know, their, you know, your children, whatever. You know,
yeah,
that shit gets weird. In my opinion.
Yeah. BC's gonna bring you down to Brazil, and you guys can bang some hoes together. So, but actually, I see Will, the newsman, Heron, in the chat talking about a guy.
If Beloved Tracker likes Latinas, he's all down with me. Yeah,
it's squashed. Yeah, no. So here's
sorry, it's speed beef.
Speed beef, yeah. This Will Heron, dude, he's the news anchor, dude, from some local news channel, and he brings up a guy who is near and dear to my heart, who I know you guys don't give a fuck about, but Rage DeVito.
Rage DeVito.
Yeah, he's my favorite guy in the dab. You know that. I actually have a show dedicated to him now, the Tard Hunter or Tard Hunting on Win by 2, and today we did. Medical research with Rat DeVito, and I stream sniped him on the Mir Musk channel. So I'm always watching Ray and trying to decipher what his odd idiosyncratic behavior is. So if you guys are into Ray and his rage and all the weird stuff he's into, just keep an eye on my Twitter and what I'm doing, because as much as ATP fixates on beloved chatter, it's 10 to 100 times stronger how much I fixate on Ray DeVito.
No, my thing is Melton. I fucking hate Melton. So
okay, now we're getting into it. So
yeah, dude. So the thing I'll talk about with Melton, which this is like, I think he's a gigantic piece of shit. Not all the shit he did on me, whatever, but he was like writing like, you know, the whole boxing thing that's going on right now. That Steel Toe backed out of the boxing match with him in the fall. And I sent you guys the link. No, Steel Toe told him, do this, do that. We're fucking down, man. And then he never responded to it. And he backed out. And then he just told a total fucking lie, you know, that like Steel Toe didn't want to box him. And it was like, no, man, you backed. Dude.
He wants to flip the narrative.
Melton has never done an athletic thing in his fucking life. You know, he's not some fat guy that was an offensive lineman in high school. Like, that body of his, Chow.
With the humpback?
Yeah, the humpback and the skinny legs. Like, he's never done anything athletic ever. You know, so he's trying to flip the narrative. And it's just like, he'll never box anyone. This will never happen. And by the way, if you do a boxing match, you got to, no one's going to do it just like two guys jumping in the ring. They're like, you got to do like a physical. You got to take your, like, you know, your health stuff. You know, you got to get like you register, all this kind of stuff, because whoever's like hosting the event could be liable if this like loser, this fat fucking nothing is like going to have a heart attack in the ring, you know, and then he'll just like try to make up a bunch of excuses So I'm telling you, like, Red Bar went over this. He has diabetes. He's got that fat body with its skinny legs. He can't box
It's
anyone.
disgusting. It's honestly a work of
He's
nature.
disgusting. Like, he really is a fucking putrid.
Well, what if he went through like one of those, like The Biggest Loser on the TV show of body transformations
no
and
hope.
works with one of those coaches? Maybe he could get like into fighting shape.
They would look at him and say, "You know what? I think we should just stop here with this episode and just find somebody else." There's no going back.
I tend to agree with you, ATP. I don't think I think he's doing it just to create buzz, you know, clout, whatever. I don't think he's actually has any intention of fighting. And likewise, I don't think Zumak has any intention of fighting.
No.
So, but I do think Imholt would fight him.
Oh,
And that's why he's kind of shifted.
He challenged me. Actually, it was funny, Chow. I did a search today on Twitter, and you reposted what I would fight him too. You know, but he's not gonna do it. It's just like it's nonsense. It's just like, and by the way, for all you Melton fans, I don't know how many we have in here, dude. He don't even own his own house. His girlfriend owns. I've done like a fucking like search on it, like legitimate search. His girlfriend owns the house and he lives in it. And he's not married, by the way, too. That's all bullshit as well. He may be engaged, but his girl, can you imagine living in a house and your girlfriend owns it? What a loser. Like he can make fun of my house all he wants from the Barstool videos or whatever, you know. But it's like, dude, I own my own house and I paid for it myself. Like, you are a fucking loser whose girlfriend owns her house and you got to kiss her ass every day to stay in it. You fucking loser. So you can see that. I don't care if you go off on me. I don't watch your shit. I don't care about your show. Actually, Chow, when you were on with Stancil, even when I kind of liked Patrick at first for a while, I was always like, I don't like this show. Like, why don't I like this show? You know? And then Stancil said, it was like the confetti, people's names like on the wall. It's like, it's gay. It's like, it's for like 12-year-old girls. It's like so tacky. It's like awful. You know, like every time a super chat comes up, the fucking confetti comes up. It's like, you're a loser, man. Like this is garbage, you know? So
yeah, I've broken down my opinion of his show many times, and I'm sure on that episode on Saturday or Sunday, me and Stancil were Saturday, whatever day it was, anyway, Sunday, excuse me. We were breaking it down.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think he does a good job in certain aspects. I think he does a good job. Like for old ladies, ATP. I think he does a good job of drumming up drama.
A lot of old women like him too.
Like Fearless.
Yeah. And I think he's very consistent. And yeah, I think he does a good job in certain aspects. But yeah, like for guys like us, it's not really our jam. But yeah,
well, it's kind of
different strokes for different folks is my kind
of
of
opinion. Old women are like, oh, he's a beta and I can control him, so I like the show.
But yeah, when Bill was on, we actually did a hypothetical. We were trying to propose boxing matches for all the Mudshark Army general or colonels and versus all the Hackamania participants. So like, we had like Nap Dixon fighting me. We had Mir fighting Ray. We were trying to match up everyone to get in the ring if we wanted to make a full event out of it. But I just don't see any of it happening at this point. I think the most realistic shit would be if Melton were to fight someone. I think he would fight Aaron, or Aaron would be down to fight, but I don't think anyone else wants to fight anyone.
Why do you think this is happening, Chow? I think it's because they can't sell any tickets to that event. So he's like, I got to create something to get people down here. You know, that's my blunt opinion.
Yeah, I like to wrestle Meanie all the time, bro, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I like to roll around with Meanie all the time.
Decline calls Quad Father. So, dude, we're gonna get all the chatters, matched up. And E-beefs, virtual fights.
I've told you guys this in DMs, and I have no bones of like. I never thought I would hate a disabled person, but Godfather makes it very easy.
Uh-oh.
Mir just dropped off.
He doesn't want any of that Quadfather smoke. even though he always talks about quad. Yeah, I don't really got a problem with Quadfather. He's
okay.
blah,
I'm just joking
you know.
around. So.
But no, that's hilarious. And yeah, we broke down the nerd on Win by Two, and I know ATP, you've done a little research into the nerd the event. Well, they actually have a ring there. I think it's a wrestling ring though.
But I think you need to get all this like the stuff done, because like nobody wants to be on the hook if someone has a heart attack in the ring, you know. And I've watched all the old stuff on Melton, you know, on
Mountain Watch on Scars.
Mountain Watch, yeah, and he has diabetes, and he probably has high blood pressure because he's so fat and stuff like that. And I just think pass like a basic health check, you know, to do a boxing match. That's my opinion, you know. So, you know.
All right, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Quad hacked you, bro.
I got hacked, man. First they strike the channel, now they're fucking getting me out of this.
No.
I think this is a great question from this dude. Do you think it's weird seeing Tukey now that you know what Rocco looks like? And I tend to think there is something to that, where like once the guy's revealed, you kind of have it changes your opinion of the other guy, like the idea of him versus the actual of him. I'm not saying it's good or bad for me. I actually did enjoy his show a little bit for a while. I would call in all the time. He had me on a few times. He likes me. So but yeah, seeing him is like I don't know, it's kind of weird, you know.
Well, I think the Tukey
like knowing who Santa is, right? Exactly. I like that analogy.
I think the Tukey character can be kind of funny at times, but like it's like once you saw like I don't know, like in Pottstown, once you saw what the potato guy looked like, it's like he's a fat trailer trash piece of shit in my cell. My opinion.
I don't even know what the potato guy looks like.
No, he looks like in real life, and I'm just like once you saw him in real life, it's kind of like, well, that kind of ruins it, you know. Like, you know,
David, I've got a question for you. So like when you look at like Melton's chat and that just that community in general compared to what you've been, you know, what you were with like MLC and whatnot, where do you see the differential comparisons? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What I don't like what Melton does is that he literally, like, in his little Discord, like, supposedly, like, from what I heard, I didn't obviously, I looked at a bit of it because I was still like a member of his show when he first started going after me. It was like people were trying to figure out where I actually like lived and trying to find shit out about me, and I'm just like, I just think Melton's a coward.
And he encourages that shit.
Yeah, he will never like attack you. He'll never go back and forth with you like one-on-one. And by the way, I saw Beloved chatted in there. I'm like, Beloved, I know that you were like a fan of Melton's for a while. I think he's kind of gone away from Melton. I think that's the case. I don't know. But like, and they're trying to go after you like personally and really nasty, and it's personal and all this shit. And I'm like I don't like that. That kind of behavior. Like Kevin may be an asshole sometimes, but it's like he may rile up his fans, but he's not doing it like as a like, hey, let's get this guy. Like I know she probably watches this show. So like, Dagtwa was actually trying to find out exactly where I lived. People like come down here. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that just.
Dude, she wanted Porno Dave, bro.
Yeah, but
maybe
won
she's
that cock. No, but you also said though, like you said, like Melton, the fact when he's approached one-on-one with somebody, he buckles every time. I mean, you saw on I think was it on MLC or something like Chad Zumock and him went at it. Well, they didn't go at it. Chad Zumock confronted him.
That show. You can say whatever you want. Like he destroyed him. And then Melton after a while will be like, oh, Melton, Chad is just angry and this. I'm like, no, dude. When someone if I would have known about Melton what I know now when I went on with him, I would have destroyed him. I would have been like, dude, your wife owns your house. You're a fucking loser. Red Bar destroyed you. I didn't know all that shit back then. You know, like
I don't think he gives a fuck about any of that though. I know like you and Chad are like, oh dude, can you believe this? I think like actually he cares more about like the stuff from Red Bar if you actually go back and watch it.
Yeah. Dude, I said we were talking clips. Like Mountain had these clips on Red Bar where like that Red Bar was making fun of him. Dude, he didn't like he would brush his teeth once a week.
Yeah.
You know? And floss like once a year. And Red Bar was making, and these weren't bits. Like that's what he was doing. Like he's disgusting. Like he's literally like, and I think he or whatever. His parents are alcoholics. He has a lot of mental issues, and he probably hates himself. Whatever the hell
you have
it
to be
is.
that bad. You have to hate yourself to some extent, you know, to do that self to your own body.
But it's like I think if you go after him like that, and just so you know, I've kind of told some people. That's what you got to go after him about, but whatever, they don't do it. Just calling him a fat fuck, like that's not going to work. He doesn't care about that. He's been called that a million times his whole life, you know? You ever seen that picture of him in high school? It's like hilarious. It's like,
well, that's a funny thing because like
he's
that's
the most miserable guy in school, you know?
They used to call Sven and Red Bar used to call him Mon Chi Chi, and then now he starts calling everyone else Mon Chi Chi. So he just lifted everything basically. Now he's doing it
like,
to Chad.
How can you call anybody fat, right? Or me poor when like, oh sorry, Mountain, you're gonna watch this. I know you watch everything, dude. Your girlfriend owns your fucking house. You have no money, dude. And you're gonna call me poor? I paid for this fucking place my whole self. Like I've been a bachelor my whole life. Like you're a fucking loser, dude. You know, and you found some girl that would obviously put up with you for some whatever reason. I've seen her; she's disgusting, by the way. You know, it's just like you know, I'm dating hot chicks at least. Beloved chatter. In fairness to you, you're probably dating hot chicks too. And like it's like. You got a disgusting woman to pay for your own house, and you're gonna like rip on everyone. That thing you did about Chad. Oh, Chad went to bank to like get some like 5%. It's like, dude, your girlfriend owns your house, and your name is not anywhere in the house. I've done the background check, dude. It's just like, and you're gonna rip people for that. Just so you know, Mir. I would never rip a guy usually for that because I don't judge people on how much money they make.
Right.
But like, if you're gonna like call me poor and this and that, and that you know, you're a fucking loser, dude.
Make fun of your shelving or your fridge or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, if you see like the thing that Red Bar did on his apartment, if he didn't meet a girl that had some money, he'd be living in this shitty apartment with a roommate, you know, right now at like 43 years old.
He'd be like Ray DeVito.
Yeah, exactly. He would be Ray. I guess he.
No, I mean Melton. Yeah, I think Melton at least has more capacity than Ray, though.
Right.
Like, he can at least
not in
trick some chicks.
On weight, but you know, more in mind.
Ray's a virgin, like legit. So like that's a different level of like oddity.
Mental retardation. 30 years. So yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, like I mean, like you guys have been beefing now. What is it? It's almost probably coming up on a year, right? Yeah, kind of in the background beefing a little bit.
I don't even care anymore. I don't watch it. Like, what I get angry about is if I type my name on YouTube, all this shit comes up. It's all the fucking, but nobody cares. It hasn't hurt my business. It hasn't hurt like you know whatever. I don't care, man. It's just like, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm more angry because. I think I'm kind of a winner in life. I got a hot girlfriend.
No, you are. You're in the Bahamas, bro. You're winning.
I live in the Bahamas. You're winning. It's jealousy. It's like this guy lives in the Bahamas. He dates hot chicks. He dates porn stars. And like I'm a loser, so I have to go after him. Like that's part of the issue, you know. So
yeah, I mean we gotta maybe. Should we send Will the link? He's a famous dude.
Yeah, send him in the link real quick.
Is Will
winning? There you go. She wouldn't touch Patrick.
Will, what's your Twitter? You got to get on here.
On God, bro.
Dude, get fucking Delicious. She's watching the show on here. She told me that shit a million times. You know?
Dalish, if Dalish, you want to come on, DM me or Mir.
Yeah, I got you.
Gotta get that.
Daylish is a
little
nice
ad,
girl. I like her. Daylish.
No, she's very sweet. She's very, she's a lot of fun. She's great on shows. She's a good lady.
Great in the
you know.
bed.
Hey, what can I ask for, man?
Hey, man,
You know.
not like Milton's wife. Oh, sorry, fiance, not wife.
That's another thing that gets me is like, hey, all you Melton like Sims, when in June when he starts telling you it's his anniversary, it's the anniversary of his engagement, which everyone knows. Chow is married. That's not a real anniversary, you know.
I don't know. I was engaged for many years, so and
But
I had kids in between
I'm gonna take a
engagement.
But
and
did you
marriage.
celebrate that as your anniversary, or until you got
No.
married? Your anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really celebrate either, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, that's my anniversary, and they'll just like simp that to like get like money out of his fans or whatever, you know. So,
Well, I think ATP, you got to go to Hackamania, bro.
nah, man, I don't want to go to that shit.
Who is anyone in the chat? Beloved chatter, you're going to comment in the chat.
Hey,
You're going to
chatter.
Hackamania, right? Beloved
When
chatter,
girl
you got
down
it.
here, all the Colombian girls down here, we'll all party with our hot girls. It'd be way funner than that shit. You know? Like,
I want to see who's going in our chat if anyone's going.
are you guys gonna pay money to go to that crap? Have you seen the venue, that nerd bar? It's
yeah, we broke it down. So I think that
excuse me, sorry.
I think that might be. I want someone to. I don't know. Like after
we'll have a chatter the link. I think he'd be good online. I think he is a funny guy. I have to say, you know.
I actually, back when we were both on Discord, I've done video chat with Beloved Chatter. He is a funny dude, and I've told him I want to get him on here before, but I don't think he's down. So,
and
someday.
Beloved Chatter, with all due respect, you're 6'5" from what I heard, so you're not like some guy with some small man complex. So, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, we got a decent little crowd. Hey, Honk, you want to jump on tonight? I can send Honk the. It's gonna be a giant penis there, ATP.
Send it to him. Why not?
Yeah.
No,
it's gonna be squashed. According to Beloved Chatter.
No,
he wants everyone to get along. That's not gonna happen, man.
I mean, ATP. Would you ever squash your beef with Melton? Or no? Is that just something you like? If you saw him in public, would you give him? Would you guys
if we hung out and he could see I'm a nice guy and like I'm cool and like you know, but it's just like what I don't like about it, like what he was doing to me, he was like acting like a fraudster and a scammer, and I was just like, that was my big problem, you know. Because I tell you, man, I got emails from people like I put in deals. They've gone up 15, 20 times. Oh, I bought my house because of you, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about some reviews on a website, right? And that he's trying to ruin my reputation. You know, that's
a fucking issue.
Yeah, that's my issue. It's like, that's my major issue in the end. You know, and dude, when I liked him, Elton, I was like, dude, I'll go to a Raiders game. I'll take you out to the game when I liked him for a little while. You know, it's just like, and what happened was he was always taking shots at me. So I was just like, all I said was, and this is totally, you can look it up. All I said was, I'm not watching MLC as Melton's on. And that's all I said, you know? So he went crazy. So
Honk, I still hate you. It's all good.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, everyone's trying to squash everything over here. It's like everyone's squashing. So we're the squash cast tonight.
That's right. Squash cast.
Yeah. And Honk hated your guts, Mir.
Why? I didn't even do anything to him.
Because you're a fuzzy little critter feller or whatever he would say about you.
I'm a young whippersnapper.
I don't know. He thought you were like half man, half animal or something.
But
I don't know. He had some
here's
crazy
the funny
theory.
thing about all this shit you can tell was like I was a fucking MLC guy. I was a KB guy. You were a Chad guy. Mir was kind of fucking trolling both sides.
Yeah, of course. Because they're idiots.
Yeah. And we're all kind of buddies now. Like we have a little group chat where we all fucking get along. We talk shit and because it's all bullshit. It's all like, it's just like, let's have some fun and whatever. And we're kind of like-minded people. And Mir's got his Wales flag. And I keep telling him that all the Leeds United players are fucking Wales guys.
That's Bhutan, man. That's not Welsh flag. That's English, the British, the Union Jack and Bhutan. Yeah, the British colonized Bhutan.
Now
man.
you fucking
Love
tell me.
Bhutan.
Yeah, that's not the Welsh flag. I should probably get that though. I'm disrespecting my people.
Yeah,
He loves
so-
Bhutan, bro.
That's
You
right.
love
They're great.
Bhutan?
They're great people.
That is actually one
Great.
of the greatest countries in the world, man. So-
They
Great
judge.
tourism.
I learned from Mir that they judge people based on their happiness.
Exactly.
Why misery loves company? So-
So you're done with that show though, man? You're for real done with that
no,
show?
I don't watch it anymore.
Really?
And KB can see this. Like I wrote him a big rant. Like I just thought, I think it's all an act. I don't think any
That picture of KB and Melton together
Melton?
just destroyed you.
Yeah, I think that destroyed the whole. And he can make all the excuses he wants, dude. If you saw the message I sent him, said like I wouldn't get within 1,000 feet of that fat piece of shit. I wrote him that. Yeah. So, well, I was just like, I just think it kind of ruined it. It's like, and also, how many beefs can you have with people? Oh, I hate this guy, I hate that guy. Like, I hate Melton. I have to admit that.
Yes.
But like, I got no problem with Shuley, Bob, Gino. I don't care about any of those guys. It's like you're not like, if you're gonna hate someone in your life, you don't got like the time to hate like 10 different people. You know, like how
Yeah.
much at this point does it come a work or an act or whatever? You know, so. You know?
No doubt. No, I think so. I think yeah, of course. It's
Look, I'm not gonna hate beloved chatter. Beloved, I'll unblock you. Let's talk it out. We'll be friends. It'd be like it's not worth it in your life to hate like 20 people or whatever.
I mean, what about Ian Hawke though? Didn't Ian Hawke try fucking with you at all? Also,
Well,
or
Ian
no?
Hawke, fuck him. He's just a loser. So you know.
Well, right. Whose wife left him, so he's probably
Exactly.
down on his luck. So he's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah, exactly. So well, that guy's a guy who needs to get a life. But I would bring Ian Hawke to the Bahamas. Hey man, have some fun with me. You know, like forget
Ian
all
Hawke
this.
gets the invite.
Yeah, man, because I'll help him out with his life. You know.
You can big brother him a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go to the beach and hang
Take
out
him
and have
under
a
the wing.
drink. And
Under the wing.
actually, one of the things I hate that like Mountain does to his fans, they're like, oh, ATP, he acts like he's some super rich guy. I'm like, I have never said that.
Will, what's your Twitter?
Yeah, we'll just type it out right now in the chat.
I'm just like a guy who likes to have fun. I'm living in the Bahamas, and that's it.
No, you're just a nice person, bro. Honestly, like for the moment, like you and I, we didn't fight, but we had a little like back and forth in the chat. Remember?
That was fun though, dude.
No, that was fun. I remember that day. It was a lot of fun. You and I were going back and forth, like commenting on each other. And post it up. But all I'm saying is just like you're a good guy.
You used to like use these Bible quotes and shit. Like it was like
the show was hilarious because
it was fun. It was like we're just goofing around.
Those were the good old days, and now it's really serious now with doxing, because that was before doxing started to happen.
The doxing is the worst part. Yeah.
That's why I kind of moved away from that shit because I don't need to deal with that.
And by the way,
Right,
and Dr. Chow, you can tell Chad can tell you this. I'm like Chad's best buddy now. Like I love Chad. You know,
he's a good guy. He's not a bullshitter.
I thought I was his best buddy. What the fuck?
No. But Chad is like a nice guy. Like I forget all his problems and whatever. Like Chad won't like judge you about how much money he gives you or whatever. You know.
No,
like,
go ahead.
Chad responds to my if I talk to him, we go back and forth, and I'm like, hey man, like there's a very famous comedian that wants to come visit me here. I'm not going to name his name on the show. And I was like, Chad, you got to come down and hang out with us. And like Chad will write you back and like this and that. And it's not like how much money you give to him or whatever.
Right. He's just a bro. He's not going to fuck you over. He's not money hungry. You know what I'm saying?
He's not money hungry and like Chad.
Deluded.
Yeah. Well, Chad kind of knows he's whatever. He's got his own issues.
I'm trying Cold C.
You know.
The fuck? I can't.
And you hated Chad at first, didn't you?
No, I liked him at first. I didn't like all the lies about the black guy. I was like, this is nonsense, you know? Like, and I've told you guys in our
I
messages,
see him.
I have my brother. He's a great kid, whatever. He's my brother. But he lies all the time. And
he's a
so
I
just don't like people that lie all the time. So that's why I felt a Chad. He's
Right.
Sent the link to a celebrity.
Well, remember, Chad said on his show, he said, it's WW. Nothing is real. Nothing is real.
totally. He was totally right
And
about
now,
that.
he's right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really didn't take that to heart the same way I think they can take it now with
Totally.
all these pictures coming out.
What I liked about Chad and AC, he was hanging out with Gino. He was hanging out with Canoe. You know, you didn't give a fucking shit. You know, like he was just like, let's just have some fun, have some drinks, and hang out. You know.
Yeah, here you go. I hung out with Chad more and AC than Middleton. He seemed fine to me. Looked good, actually. Yeah, I actually did hear that. I think Bill from Drew said he looked actually.
Hey, beloved, I'm gonna unblock you and just like.
What's his name? Said he was dope too. John DiCaprio was saying.
Actually, and a lot of people said
Chatter
was a great guy. So I'm gonna we'll make up as well. So yeah,
Squashed.
It's squashed right now, man. You know, and I bet you he does have a hot girlfriend. I bet you that's the.
So, what's your take on the Vegas event that's going on with like Hackmania? Right? Is that what it's called?
They sold no fucking tickets, so now Belton is trying to like do a boxing match out of it. You know, because
really, that's why they're doing the boxing match, because they sold like not zero, but they didn't sell enough tickets to actually meet. You know,
I think Chow agrees with me on this.
I mean, I'm sure they only didn't sell a ton, but then I think they're trying to drum up more activity towards it. Yeah, because I don't know, maybe.
Do you think
either way, this is their whole show, though. This is the whole thing: is you need to keep drumming up drama and doing all this type of stuff, and you need to keep stuff going. So, hey, what's up, Will? Hey, you're getting a little bit of static. Can you like adjust your cord a little bit? Still staticky. Plus, we can't hear you.
Sure.
Can you unplug it for a sec? Your headset, because we can't even hear you.
Can't even hear you, man.
All right, you're muted now. Can you unmute?
Mic check 1, mic check 2, mic check 3.
That's better. That's better. Yeah, I think your cord had static. It sounded like a Ray DeVito stream earlier today. But welcome. We got a celebrity from the local news channel, Will Heron. First time on the show. And some people might not know who you are, but I saw you cover MLC, right?
I did.
Yeah. So welcome to the show, man. How did you find Mir Musk, and how did you find the whole Dabbleverse, more importantly?
Well, that's a very good question. I guess we have time, so I'll tell it. I was really into I started liking Tommy C back in like 2016. That's when I kind of started getting into like YouTube and things like that. And I'm going to tell you my journey. So after that, I was kind of like listening to like T-Clips and like some of the Kill stream, the Boulder stream with like Ethan Ralph and like Mundane Matt, Mr. Mediker and stuff like that. So kind of got into those like people and that stuff, but like a little rough in that sector of the YouTube internet. So I had to be kind of careful with who you associate with and stuff like that. Then I actually got to know Ethan Ralph. He became a personal friend. He came and stayed with me for like a week after his father died. And we hung out for a little bit. My father died in... Yeah. No, well, like mine died in 2016, and then his died in like 2019, around in there. And so like I would talk to him on the side, kind of tell you, it's gonna be all right. And just, I mean, if you guys have lost a parent, you guys know how that feels. And it was cool. So kind of, hanging out with those people and listening to those groups, I started listening to Dick Masterson, which is like, I'm telling you, like worst people on top of worst people on top of worst people. But Dick is really cool. I think he's a little more, he's real smart. I think he kind of makes himself seem worse than what he really is. Because, he's a really nice guy. Dick Masterson has always been super cool to pretty much everybody until you fight with him. If you don't believe in what he believes in, he won't shit on you, really, unless you go after him.
He ostracizes you.
Huh?
He ostracizes you, right? And everything like that.
Masterson won't do that to you unless you do it to him, kind of thing. Like, he's the one who fought with Maddox. I don't know if you remember that whole drama. So...
I've seen it from afar, but I never watched either of them really much. I've heard of Dick Masterson, and I've seen him around. I've heard people talk about him, but I was never into their shit. So, but yeah, keep going. Yeah, so you were...
Very entertaining guy. So I liked his stuff too. I actually did a story on him when he was getting swatted. I did a story on swatting for the station I was with in El Paso and kind of explaining what that is, so parents could kind of like check on their kids. So when the police kick down the door out of the blue or something like that, they know what's going on, or they can maybe prevent that from happening. Anyways, so I'm listening to Masterson, and up comes Carl. And Carl Heberger,
They're boys.
Yeah, they're buddies.
They're close, yeah.
Yeah, and so he was fighting with Ethan, and since I was Ethan's friend, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I started listening to WATP, and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of cool. I like this stuff." And I started getting into it that way. Then came John, then came Shuley, and then, bam! Now
you're in the MLC verse, and then and now you're in the gutter verse that we're in.
Yeah, exactly.
All that said. I don't even call it the Dabbleverse anymore because I just think it's gay. So I just call it I'm the one who came up with the dab. So I just call it the dab. Yeah. So the whole thing's the dab.
It is so amazing to be like, I think that's why I did the story on MLC, John and Matthew Perry. I was able to do the story because it was a national story that I could get sound being an interview. John, no problem. He was easy to get. I had a one-on-one with him in like November. It was like January. I was fighting with freaking Brennan to try to go one-on-one like John gave me. And he would not. And so the story was getting to where it was going to be too old. And I had the good sound from John. So I was like, fuck it. I just started asking him questions with those like $5 super chats. I'm sure y'all saw. And then he go back and forth. But he gave me good sound that way, which was cool of Brennan. He did not have to do that. I appreciate that. And it was made it a good story. And like, so I'm with the Fox and the NBC affiliate here in Lafayette. But what he doesn't get is if he could have gotten with me and we made a good story with that, National would have picked it up.
And you were in Lafayette, Louisiana?
Mm-hmm.
Or Lafayette? Okay, nice. I was living down there for a little bit, and I loved it living down in the South. I was in the Panhandle of Florida, but close enough.
Okay. So Baton Rouge, like fucking.
Alligators and shit. I'm not used to that, man. I'm from the desert. Like all this green is just blowing me away. And water, water in El Paso. Here though, man, damn, rains every other day. Exactly. Alligators and shit, man.
There's water in the air,
Yeah, and I definitely wasn't used to that. Like when it would rain in El Paso, you go outside and you're smelling all that nice ozone off of the desert, and it was just it's a great feeling. I did that here and I was passed out. Like it's all the fungus and God.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And you got off easy for getting Stuttering John. Mir had to drop him $5 just for him to come on our show.
That's why I started liking y'all.
I got ripped off, bro. He fucked me over.
It was great. You would feed him 100, slap him, and then
he took advantage of me because I'm so young.
And then you'd butter him up, pay him 100, pop him again. I was watching you. I knew what you were doing.
I'm young, man. I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just there. I was just asking glory.
It was funny.
He was like, "Where do I know you from?" Like he was talking to me like that way.
Yeah.
I don't know him from anywhere. It was hilarious.
No. John's a great individual though. John.
He's a funny character for sure.
He's a unique character. Yeah.
So, Will, you're a big fan of MLC. I'm taking it right.
More WATP, right?
WATP.
Just like if you ask me if I'm a Republican or a Democrat, I'll never tell you.
Yeah.
If you know who I like,
you work for Fox News, so I get it.
Yeah.
We're the affiliates, so kind of, but not really. Like they're like a different monster. We're like, but we're not like that. Like it's a trip. It is.
I tend to be like you. It's like I like it all basically, but I don't watch it all. And I can go through like different phases of like, dude, I'm really enjoying what Stuttering John's putting out now. I loved when he was clowning on DeVito the other day. And then, or like Chad, when he's doing some stuff, it's like really funny and really engaging to watch. And then other times it's like super boring to watch Chad. So it's like everyone kind of has their like ebbs and flows of like drama. Yeah.
The arc is great. Like Chad's arc is fantastic. Like I wanted to choke him when I first heard about all the terrible things he did to people and all these horrible things. I'm like, this dude's a liar. He's a bum, blah, blah, blah. And then he like brought John back, kind of with that, and like was also joking against John. Like I'm like, oh, I love Chad, and then now I'm kind of like, John's kind of a piece of shit, I don't like him. And then like the meanie thing was kind of funny, so like I don't know, like I couldn't get a read on him or Phil Elmore. I never got a read on Phil.
Phil's the OG, bro.
Oh, Dr. Chow loves Phil Elmore.
Yeah, I love Joey C. I love Phil Elmore. Phil came on our show one night, kind of like you did. It wasn't even planned, and he jumped on because we were on his Amazon looking at his books, and then he came on and we were talking about his Duke Manfist stuff and his flashlight fighting, and he just ended up being like a cool dude. And I built up a lore around him, like he's a badass, he's the White Suge Knight, and like all this shit.
Knight.
Give it to him, why not?
But I mean, like I liked him as like a guy because I thought he was a funny character, but I never really watched his show too much because it was too John heavy. But then like when he was on Joey C or our show, I'd see him on there and I thought like, Dad, he's a bizarre. And I guess if you were back watching like Medicare and like some of those guys, you might have even heard of him because I guess he's been around for a long time doing internet stuff. And I think he was like a Kiwi guy or whatever, I don't know if are you new to Phil Elmore? Huh? Yeah. Are you new to Phil Elmore or did you know about him from before?
No. Seeing him in the Dabbleverse is where I grew. I say met him is like where I saw him. Is where I learned about him.
Okay. And then there's all these other like ancillary guys. Like we had Mersh on this weekend. You know Mersh, right?
Yeah, Mersh is kind of old school too. From like
some
like Bausch, and there's a different Mersh, like the smaller Mersh, and like he was fighting with Jim Medicare too. Like Mersh is old school. You were talking about Joey C. I don't mean to like backtrack over there. Like
no, yeah, I love it.
I don't. I think he's kind of a grifter. He's always on a different side. Like he'll just whoever's got the more money, and there's always some kind of issue. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
man, I'm Jewish into that shit.
Huh? I don't know. Joey's always on my side, so that's kind of how it goes for me. Like
Joey's a Christian, so respect him.
He's never wrong to me.
I guess the big news today that came out of the Dab is that Joey C went on a live stream and he gave his life over to Jesus Christ, and he's a born again as of today. So God bless him, man. I didn't see it because I was doing my my race night stream when that was happening, but I just love Joey's character, man, and I've talked to him for many hours. I've been on his show many times. He's been on our show for several hours.
You know the Batman costume? Like
the Batman, yeah.
On Shuli Network, he was wearing the Batman. He was like, bah, 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 bah. I was like, what is this? You remember that?
Well, at first, I didn't like that. And at first, I was like, God, he's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But then he went on Ski Mask and he told the story about how, like, he was getting trolled by the Shuli Network. So he took 4 separate dick pics and sent them to the producer and Shuli and Bob and Mike Morse. And just the way he told the story, I was like, dude, this guy's based. He's funny as fuck. And then he came on our show for 4.5 hours, and him and Mir were screaming at each other at the top of their lungs.
Dude, whenever Joey's on, him and I always scream at each other, except for that one recent time.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I just think he's a funny fuck.
What do you think about Ski Mask's recent bender? That was the greatest shit ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, so he came on this weekend, and then Friday, it looked like Thursday night, it looked like he started a bender. Friday, he did a live stream where he was by himself all wasted during the day.
That was the best. The Friday night stream, go on his channel. It's the greatest ever. It's like
I think it's funny. He's been on our show 4 or 5 times, and every time, like, I think he was blacked out a couple times because every time I talk to him, he's like, yeah, remember last time I was on your show, I was on with Zumak, and I was like, and we had our battle, and I was like, no, you came on again for Freak Party 1, and you had a battle with DeVito, and he doesn't remember it, and Mir, I think, threw him like a little bit of money or something. He kind of bounced in the middle of it because he was all fucked up, but yeah, I think he goes in those ebbs and flows. I hope he's doing better, but yeah, he's got really bad chronic alcoholism, so I can relate to some extent, but yeah, I think it's funny as fuck when he does it, though.
I liked it with the mask. I don't think you should have let Brendan bully him out of that. I love
the Lego head.
Huh?
You don't like Lego head?
Now that I see it off, it's hilarious. But like, I would have kept that thing on.
And that ties into what someone, maybe you were even saying in the chat, but like, does that change your opinion on
Right.
Tukey or B Dabbler? Because I actually like the El Harible character better than the puppet Tukey. I just liked when he would do his show and it was kind of a wrap up of the week.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Tukey Soup.
Yeah, no, I liked it when he didn't use the puppet, when he just had the
no,
wrestling
Harible?
mask. Yeah. I like that guy, and I went on the show a few times, and then the Tukey thing's fine. It's kind of over the top. But now that like he's been unmasked, like does it change your perception of him?
So I loved Tukey. Like you, me, Mir, we're like exact opposites. Like everything you like, I hate.
Yeah.
But, like I love Tukey, but
See, I hate
just think
Tukey. I hate
it's like a little
Tukey.
saturated.
Corns, potatoes. I hate all that shit.
He's like Elmo.
I fucking hate
I love
that
it.
skin.
I love the
One
creativity.
guy blocked me on fucking Twitter. He's a fucking loser. It's like I hate all that shit. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I like the idea behind it. I like the different, like when they sing and they dance, it's like, wow, they're actually talented. They're doing, these things. They're not just using what they have, they're making something. And to me, I thought that's interesting. But like, it seems like the Tukey thing is like been saturated into the market. And so it's kind of falling away from that. But like to your question, I don't know. Like, I like El Harible. I like him, what he does. So I don't think that'll change. I don't know.
No, I totally agree. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like once you see the guy behind the Wizard of Oz, he steps out behind. Does that change? Like, oh, he's just some middle-aged dork or whatever. Like, I don't know. You know, like when you read a book versus the movie, you have a picture of the protagonist in the book.
Expect, yeah.
It's just different. I'm not saying good or bad on either, but you kind of brought it up with the ski mask. Like once you took the mask off, that changed.
It changed it. It did.
Will, are you a big Melton fan by any chance or no?
Yeah, at least personal questions. Are you in the FBI? Do I need a lawyer? Am I being deposed?
I'm
Like,
not. No, sir. No, sir. I
All
would
us
never
three
do that to
fucking
you.
shit. So
You're a foreman of
Be
Fox News.
careful
I would
how
never
you answer
disrespect
this
you.
one. Addicted to profits will hold a lifelong grudge if you answer wrong.
yeah. I
Please
fucking
don't.
because he went after me, so I hate him. So
Yeah. So what's your take on Patrick Melton and the onions and all that shit, man? What's your vibe on that?
I have nothing against any because none of them's come after me. Like I think Melton's funny in his own way. Like I like that he went out there, was going to fight John, and John spurred out. That was cute. I like that
he
he
won't
was
fight
there.
anyone, man. He's a pussy. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I think you could be right, but like they should have let John go. Those little like Captain Save-A-Hos that were jumping on the way. Oh, we're gonna hold you back. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go
Dude,
get
that
him
was a
some.
good- dude.
Let Melton go tonk and let her go tonk.
Will,
Right?
your singing right there was awesome, by the way. So
Oh, thank you.
little, that was cool. So
That must be some high school drama right there, kicking in a choir. Am I correct?
No.
Damn it.
I hooked up with chicks in high school, so
Oh, when
didn't
you made them
imagine either.
scream, you picked up their notes.
you win this round.
Yes, sir. Continue though.
but don't
Nice.
you think, Will?
Yeah.
People take this shit like too seriously. Like this is
Yes.
fun. Yeah,
Completely. It should never go to blows. You should never call. I should never know where your mother lives. I shouldn't be calling your boss. Like I shouldn't worry about it. Like you should know who my kids are. Like what? Where did this? But John like throws his kids in the front and says, "Don't talk about my kids." But he's like, "Here are my kids." So like I don't get that. I have no sympathy in that department. And the kids are adults now. So, but
that's
I don't
true,
have
yeah.
kids, so I don't know.
He's like, apologize for what you said about my kids.
Fuck you. Right.
But I heard what Melton said. I'm trying to apologize. Said I did apologize or some shit like that, right? And he was just cucking back to Stuttering John while Stuttering John's being held back by, I guess, security or some shit, right?
I think Melton tried to a long time ago, but like John wouldn't accept it. And he was like, fuck it, fine. I'm going to say these things about your kids. I don't care anymore. And I like that about Melton. Like I said, I think they should have let him go and see what Melton can do.
Yeah, it sounded, we broke down the video with Mersh, and Mersh was just saying the whole thing was a work. And it did sound like Melton said, I already apologized for that. And so there was that whole thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing is, it's crazy because, yeah, it's a catch-22 with the whole thing. Like, it needs to keep escalating. So, like, otherwise it kind of fizzles out. Yeah, but then at the same time, like
You get sick of
it's
it,
all
man.
stupid,
It's just
too,
like
so-
they're all
Well, you don't
fighting
get hurt.
each other and
yeah, exactly.
you want to see a podcast that's like funny. You want to see comedy. Like I of the three of us here, I'm a big Kevin Brennan fan. I like the old burning bridges and all that stuff. Like, and now the show is just to me like, and I was a big super chatter for a while, but now I think the show is trash. Sorry, I think it's just like super chats and this fucking sucks and like it's just gay and like it's horrible. And it's just like, you know, like if you ever watch when Kevin Brennan had like whatever Tim Dillon on or like Gino on back in the
I didn't
Burning
see
Bridges
those.
days,
It was brilliant.
hilarious.
8 months ago, I started with them.
Yeah.
So I
It's
don't
just
know
like
like you.
now it's just like I'm sorry, Kevin, you're gonna fucking hate me for saying this. It's garbage now. It's just like, oh, fucking EGN or whatever the hell that was.
Where's the next super chat at?
Yeah, where's the super chat at? And like, it's like, oh my god. And I was a big super chatter, but it was just like, this is garbage. It's
What I
horrible.
like, he answers you though, and if you do give him more than 2, if you give him 5 at least, he'll read it and he'll respond to it, and I respect that at least. You know what I mean? Regardless of what he'll give you a little bit. You know?
And that's the thing. I think there's a lot of people who are like old school fans of like when he would have more of like he would just berate whoever the guest is or the co-host like nonstop,
sure.
and that was the whole show. It's just changed into something else with the super chats, and there are like a contingent. I know Stancil was saying this too, like, oh, it works, and it's like the old school fans are kind of feeling like, well, what the fuck is this? I don't want to have to spend money just to be
get a
involved
reaction
or whatever. Like, I don't want to watch other people. I want him just to be freaking out, not like sucking the cocks of every super chatter who gives them $10, So
He's a whore.
whatever. It is what it is. It's the show is the show. So
But don't you like being able to reach out and touch him? That's my favorite part about this.
I've been banned by him for a year, so like he hates my guts, bro. So
Nobody.
I'm banned from all these guys.
Because he took advantage of Sarah Silverman and he knows it. That's why he did it.
So Melton, all these guys have banned me, so I'm not even. I'm an ancillary. I live on the outskirts of society when it comes to most of the dab stuff these days.
Hey, you think nobody likes onions? Nobody likes Chow.
Yeah.
They don't like you. I like you.
So
you do your own thing, and that's a good thing, though. You should do your thing.
Yeah.
The hell with them all. Do you? Fuck them.
Will, are you a fan of the Shuli Network by any chance?
I like everybody. I really do. Like, and that's why I don't like. They probably wouldn't like me in AC because, like, I like Bob. I like Shuli. I like MLC. I have no problem with Melton. Hell, I have no problem with Steel Toe. Like, I kind of want to.
You love Steel Toe?
I don't love. I just don't. I don't hate.
I got no problem with him, man.
I feel bad for him. This whole thing with her with no clothes on, God.
What's your take on the April Steel Toe Aaron Imholt debacle about their marriage falling apart?
Fucking
Wait, hang on. So her body was exposed? Is that true?
She's wearing like a two-piece. Yeah, bikini like top and the bikini bottom.
Nah,
like,
that ain't shit then.
tiny
Okay,
one.
never mind.
He looks fucking good, man.
Does she?
ATP's all about Dime Holt, bro.
It's not like hot chicks. I'm like, she looks good to me. I'm like, fucking.
I like a little more up top.
Especially
You know
for
what I
the
mean?
dork that he is. And
Right.
by the way, I'm friends with Aaron.
So
I'd
so
be like, dude, the fact that you're a dork and you got a girl like that, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Will,
Means there's a chance for all of us.
Will, have you exposed your girlfriend or any of your friends to this show at all? These shows, or no? Or you kept it to yourself?
So to get that on air, I had to expose my coworkers and my boss and stuff like that to, some of the things that I've been listening to, and that was a little uncomfortable. But when they tripped
gay?
out, huh?
Are they gay guys? Or
Believe it or not, a lot of people in the news are gay. Like Mir,
oh
David
no,
Mir.
that's a big shock to me.
I like a good cock here and there. It's all
No, I wish I were. It's just not starting my career. But like a lot of these guys, they're gay.
Melton likes to suck cock. It's like all out there. Like
Get him
Those
a
are
job.
dildos, but yeah.
yeah.
form dildos from cocks. Go ahead, though.
No, I actually showed my wife some of the God, I showed her some of the ski mask interview we did on Saturday.
Oh,
She's
boy.
like, "What the fuck are you doing?" For the first time, I was like, "Dude, look how wasted this dude is." She's like, Why is he wearing that? Oh, other shit. I'm just like, no, never mind. Just
You're like, don't worry
just
about it, baby.
forget about it. I put my
Yeah, the
headphones and
backstory's
walked
too
away
long.
quick.
I
Yeah,
have a Colombian girlfriend who speaks like broken English, and she's
Good.
like, she knows nothing about this. I showed her like because Melton was like attacking me for a while. She's like, I was like, this is the guy attacking me. She's like, that guy is the most disgusting guy I've ever seen in my life. Why are you attacking like fucking anyone? yeah.
ATP is like has a blood feud with Melton for sure.
But also it's just like a hot chick from Colombia is like, what the fuck?
A mega
is
dime,
this?
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say that April Imholt or Dimehold is a dime, but I'm
She's
more
pretty.
I'm more of a Dalish guy, if she's in the
Dalish is
chat.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. So I'm always
Everyone's
everyone's always accusing me of simping to all the chicks. So but
Women are beautiful, so I mean, we all have to do it, right?
You got a platform, man. Use it.
I know that's the thing, man. We get groupies all the time.
So Will, I do want to ask you another question though.
Uh-oh.
So you're an affiliate of Fox News, correct? To some extent.
We're the Fox affiliate, the Fox and the NBC.
Okay, so you're not like, so you're not politically like jargon to one party. You're more neutral.
So it's a trip. It really isn't about that. It's about who owns the building and the station. Like we're KDN News 15. We're owned by Byron Allen. Do you know who Byron Allen is?
No, I do not, sir. He
owns the Weather Channel, and he was also a comedian. He's on a syndicated program at like 11 o'clock. Whose line is it or something like that?
Guy.
Yeah.
That dude. Yeah, okay, I know who that is now. Okay,
the guy goes to the middle of the street in a fucking hurricane.
That's my dad.
Him?
That's Daddy.
That's Daddy.
That's Daddy.
Oh, Danny.
Daddy. Yeah.
I hate that motherfucker. He's like, oh, look at the hurricane. It's fucking like driving me like.
Oh no, he pays me well. Like I have a great job, man. I love everything he does. So
everything he does, that's not true.
Black
If you love everything your boss does, there's something wrong with you because that is not true. 100%.
I've never. This place that I'm at right now is the absolute best. The
Mir,
people I work with are awesome.
Fucking guy. When he's in the middle of the street, the fucking storm is like, oh, the wind. Is like,
I know who that is. Trust me, I used to watch that show back in the day, bro. I used to watch that show back in the day. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like a media mogul. He owns like 100 different stations and stuff like that. Like it's a trip. He's got a lot of money. You joke, but he'll buy you. Isn't that trip? Isn't that wild?
But I live in the Bahamas, so
man,
like when we see that guy, we laugh at him like when the hurricanes are going on. Because here everybody's just like, oh, hunker down, do whatever. In the States, we see this asshole, and we're like, fuck him.
So like here, they do a thing called like hurricane parties and stuff like that down south. You'll know Mir. Excuse me, not Mir, Dr. Chow. I apologize.
Yeah.
So like basically, a hurricane party is a hurricane's coming. We're all gonna get sloshed. There's nothing we can do about it. We're gonna die. Let's die drunk.
No, we do that here too.
What?
We do that all the time.
You're crazy. Like I would be like running for the hills or a basement or something. People out there like, fuck it, time to die.
No, I know.
About my friend Captain Morgan. I've done that with him a few times at hurricanes in here.
He's friendly.
He's a Captain Morgan. He's a total drunk. He lives down here, but like, yeah. So, but like we just don't like this guy because like he puts it on camera. Like here we just do it. Like. We don't like try to put it on film and make money off it or whatever, So it's just like, we see the storm coming. Okay, board up, do whatever, and then drink and do whatever, But like that guy, he gets in like the middle of the street somewhere and is like, oh, like the wind's blowing him back and.
Weather's huge for news. I'm also a weatherman, so I do news.
You're
weather,
a weatherman too?
Yeah, I do that as well. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm a storm tracker. That's what you are. Okay. Yeah, you can do news.
You're ground on the boots then.
Yeah, just give me a camera and I can do it for news.
Boots
like
on
it's
the ground.
Yeah.
No. So, well, real quick though, how did you find our show, man? Because I think Dr. Chow asked you that earlier, and you never really answered that. How did you find this gutterverse shit?
You guys are interviewing John, and it was awesome.
He said he saw the John interview, and then
I commented, and you gave me a like.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I like what you guys are doing, and you're like, I like that.
Well, yeah, that one was I think that's still our highest viewed one. That and the Andy Dick, and then Shuli and Bob. So yeah, that is the thing. We've had some other big guests that aren't dab related, and
I saw
then
that.
but all the Dabbleverse kingpins, when we have them on, they do the best views, of course. And then even the
Right.
chatters, when we have chatters on, they do bigger than like
Wonton
professional
Don or
athlete or
something.
Wonton Don
Which
from
is insane to
Barstool.
me.
Yeah.
So, hey, Will, if there
Yeah.
is a big hurricane that hits Eleuthera, that's where I live. You can come stay with me, and then
I'm down. We'll die together.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
fucking
We'll go down to the ship together. We'll play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Dalich, we'll have Dalich down there too.
Nice.
So it's gonna
FK
be
Mommy.
epic.
So Will,
Mommy will come down. Yeah.
you're pretty prominent chatter, I'm guessing, correct?
What do you mean, permanent chatter?
Like a prominent chatter, like within
He's no
this
beloved
universe.
chatter, but
That's true.
Right. But you're still, people know who you are to some extent, correct? Your handle at least.
I hope not.
When you hop in the chat, I hope.
I think most people know who he is based on his news thing that came out, right? That's how I found out
Okay.
about you, because I saw the clip of you on the local news talking about Brennan and interviewing Stuttering John. So then since then, and I think B Dabbler covered it, right?
Yeah, did you see I blurred the Ray's picture?
Yeah. That
I don't
was
wanna
epic.
waste it.
So he showed on the news they had.
I put little Easter eggs in there for y'all.
Yeah, which Ray probably hated, because all Ray wants
I
is
hope so.
attention more than anything in the world. He doesn't even want. He wants people to think he's a real comedian, and he wants attention. He doesn't care about making money or getting pussy or anything else. It's just like
It
so
was
that
great
that's
because
epic.
John was like, "Oh, it's because Kevin's dad didn't say he loved him before he died." And like I had like John, he said all that and made it like that was a big deal. And then very next, I had Kevin going, "No, that's not at all why he did that. He was busy. He was dying. He had shit to do." And like John
I don't
screamed.
think
in
Kevin cares
pose.
about that.
Oh, it was just the way.
Kevin's got a lot of issues, but he did not care about fucking that. So
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, but I like you made it more. But it was fun.
I was
What's
gonna
your-
pull up the interview, but I just looked you up on YouTube. You were on with John recently?
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I did it one-on-one with him.
So
How'd that
go?
Will,
I was
Will,
with Alex Stein as well. Go ahead.
prime time.
Alex
Nice.
is my boy.
Oh,
He loves
shit.
me.
You want to blimp?
You
He
are
loves-
a fucking celebrity. What the fuck? You had the primetime 99 and
You remember
Southern
when
John for
Pretty
free.
Dean and him went at it?
Alex
For
Stein.
free.
loves me, dude.
Dude, he's
So hey,
he's famous. He banged Meanie without a rubber, bro.
Right, yeah, that's a wedding.
Green pied that pussy, bro.
I'm down
Oh,
all the
dang.
time. He loves me, man. So I got nothing bad to say about Alex Stein.
No,
Yeah,
Alex
Thomas
Stein's an
and I,
OG.
he'll
He's a
know
good
me.
Texan.
I was
Too
remember
funny.
Where,
He went to LSU.
where do you live?
Yeah,
Looking at
he's
right now.
Yeah, Will, where do you live right now? Let me know.
I'm in Lafayette.
Yeah, we covered this a bunch of times,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Louisiana. He's in the
Yeah.
Panhandle.
Well,
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
north of
yeah.
Panhandle.
Right.
But yeah.
With a boot.
No, Alex Stein loves me, by the way. So like, I got nothing bad to say about Alex Stein. So
Yeah, he's super cool. He was very nice to me. He tried to help me get Brendan as well.
Hey, good for him for fucking Kate Meany. Like, good for him, man. What the fuck,
Yeah.
man?
It's a notch on the bed.
Exactly.
She's bad. She's a baddie, but I don't know, Will. She doesn't have those chest hitters that you like, you know.
She
Like
doesn't have
Gino
arthritis.
Bobina.
That's the
Gina-
arthritis.
Yeah, Gina Bobina. She's
got
she's
the
well
rack.
endowed and
Have you ever gone to her
FA
YouTube page?
mommy.
No.
Gina Bobina.
Yeah, go there. She has some
Yeah.
videos up that are funny. You should. We
Yeah.
play it right now. We'll laugh. Oh, sorry, it's your show.
I could pull one
Yeah,
up.
yeah, Chow, get your ass in gear and grab those videos up. you
I was
bitch.
gonna pull up one of his videos, but no,
don't
she
do
is
that.
funny, and we had her on. I knew about her
sweetie.
before, because yeah, she was on Total BS like a year ago, and then I somehow I knew she was doing some crypto stuff too around that time. I don't know if she told me or I saw her
Well,
stuff,
like-
but
I'm
You
Jewish.
guys with him on that.
My parents are Jewish from Montreal. So tell her that because I saw her say that in your show.
Is she Jewish?
no,
Yeah,
she's straight from or she's first generation Italian. She was saying on our show.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Gina.
I'm kind of Italian Yugoslav from Montreal, so like.
No, you look very Italian to me, man, with the hair.
ATP, just like anyone who will fly down to the Bahamas, he's like, oh, tell her this, tell her that.
David, have you ever done anything like
man.
sexually active with the other gender before or no? I want to know this real quick.
Me?
With what?
Yeah, you.
With
I'm
the
making
same
sure.
gender?
Yeah, same gender, man.
No,
nothing.
never.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
And you ever met in your life? Like,
Okay, good. I was
But no, dude, of course not. But
my name is
ATP,
Porno Dave.
I don't know. Ron Jeremy.
ATP, can you tell Will about like some of your old chicks from your how you got the moniker Porno Dave?
Anya Ivy. Look up Selena Rose.
How do you spell
I can't do
Anya
that on the
Ivy?
work computer.
I'll do it for you and I'll
like-
put it up.
So, yeah.
Anya Ivy.
So yeah.
So I got a question for you. Is it gay or is it masturbation if you go back in time and blow yourself?
I'm gonna answer.
I think
that.
it's
You two
gay.
can't.
I've never done
it's
that.
Is it gay? It's yourself.
Yeah.
No, it's not gay at all. Honestly, I think it's actually heterosexual to do that because no, dude, Decline Host is a freaking homophobe. This is disturbing about this show. This is disturbing about this show. There's so many homophobes in the chat that you guys can't accept the fact that you
what's wrong
look
with
your
you?
own cock. Look at your own cock. You rub it off all the time. So you might
Yeah,
as well
why
just
should you
suck
go to
it.
suck your own dick? Thank you.
Exactly,
bunch of
dude.
homophobes.
Yeah, okay.
I hate it. I mean, why not get a little wet down there?
So I got some,
you'll never
wash
look
it
at a
off.
North American girl another in your life.
Is this the Anya Ivy that you're talking about?
Yeah, she was my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I dated her.
Oh, she looks friendly.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
I got safe search on. Don't worry.
Yeah, she's got arthritis.
Damn.
Damn.
She's like half black, half
Wait,
white,
what's she
so-
doing here?
She's That's like a French kiss or something.
Is that you? Is that are those your floors, ATP?
No, that's
familiar?
not. Might have done that to me, so I don't know. You know.
And then who? Oh God, the other one's the chick I'm all about. What's her name
Selena
again?
Rose.
Yeah, Selena Rose. She's
Selena
awesome.
Rose. I've heard
She
her
wants
name
to come back
before.
on the show, man.
Yeah,
So-
we
Come
get
back.
her.
She hasn't appeared
She
on it
told me
yet.
the link about her
Dude.
wine today. Like,
Wow.
She's so bad, bro.
that's the girl.
God
Yeah,
bless.
I get you too, man.
She'll never be lonely.
Selena still loves me, so whatever.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's very beautiful. Yes.
I'll
She's
disappoint her.
very Cuban.
Disappointed. So, Will, is there any like hot?
Yeah.
I would say like Fox News bitches you've looked at. You're like, you know what? She could get piped. You give her the old heron.
Yeah, I just walk in and whip out my dick. I'm like, whap.
No, for real though. Are there any like
Megan
you know?
Kelly.
No,
Not even that. Yeah. Anyone.
joking
You kind of
So
like.
at our
you're like,
station, we have a couple smoke shows for sure. Like if you look up Lauren Isles, this girl is beautiful. She looks like Jessica Rabbit.
but you don't.
She's really cool.
But you don't advance at all on her. Or
She
nothing?
has a really nice boyfriend. He's a good friend of mine, so I try to be cool with that.
Yeah,
You know what
she
they
did.
say though, Will? It doesn't matter if they're dating or if they're engaged. It's not official to put a ring on. Even then, you never know.
True. Maybe I should work on that. I'll tell her that Mir said. But,
Trust, bro. Trust.
Probably will work.
I can't find Lauren Isles.
AILES LAUREN. She's with KADN. See if I can try to get it to you.
Lauren Isles.
I want to see how bad this bitch is because you're talking her up a storm. So I gotta see.
No,
this.
she is.
Lauren James. Yeah, just DM me on Twitter. I'll pull her up.
There she is. Lauren AILLES.
LAURYN
LAUREN AILLES.
Oh, she's got an Instagram too. Okay.
Perfect. Go on the Instagram.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Oh,
looks like
she's got that
Jessica
red.
Rabbit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me throw her up.
Yeah, let's see this bitch.
Yeah, dude. The Dabbleverse is like a lot of redheaded women. So
Yeah.
She's really
Dabbleson.
cool. Like
take-
she's really funny. You can joke with her. Like her and me are on a Mardi
looks
Gras
good.
float on Tuesday. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
real
I
cool.
should- I don't know how to make it bigger, but yeah, she's
She's
Beauty.
very competent.
yeah. Oh damn!
East,
Now I see
eh?
what you're liking. Look at her in Chicago with the
Hell yeah, I
beam.
did like if you see some of her Facebook stuff, like yeah, she looks like she's a pinup doll.
There you go. Nice, bro.
Yeah.
she's
So like the
worthy.
guys,
You never made a move on her ever?
We got to get her
No.
on here.
yeah, maybe one day. I get
I'll just pretend to be something for Fox News. Of like, hey, we're here doing an expose on somebody. We'd love to have you on.
right. Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I wish I could
Hey,
just live
Will.
like 10,000 years for all these beautiful women, you know.
Dude, 100 pounds ago,
Will,
maybe.
how old are you?
So Will, are you single right now? You married?
I'm single.
You're single. So how old are you, sir? You don't
I'm
mind me asking.
That's okay. How old do I look? I always ask people.
Honestly, you look like a young Perry, in my opinion. No, I'm not even kidding. You do
Perry
kind of look like
Carabello?
that. Yeah, exactly. No, you honestly
Matthew
look.
Perry.
I would say, I would say you're probably 44,
No, maybe a little
43.
younger.
No, I think 35.
35. Okay, if we're going 30s, I'm gonna go 36.
Mir, you fucking nailed it. 44.
Damn, I got it the first
nailed
time.
it the
Let's
first
go,
time.
kid.
I didn't say
Let's
anything.
go, baby. Let's go. I knew it.
You did. When I
Nice.
go to the bars, like the girls, like never believe when I tell them, so I don't.
That works.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Don't. So why are you single, man, at 44? Like, is it just slaying pussy? You're just chilling, or what is it?
I don't know. I'm kind of a pathetic loser, I guess.
No, you're not. You work. You're affiliated
Watching
with
too
Fox
many
News. You make money.
podcasts.
You got
Too
your
many
own
podcasts.
house,
Watching too
unlike
much
Melton.
fucking Dabbleverse, man. Stop watching the Dabbleverse.
That's what it is.
There isn't a lot of girls truly in like Lafayette, like Mir again. You'll know this. Like they're all kind of a little heavier here, and like,
I don't like capitalism. So,
neither do I. I'm not really good to look at, and like I have really high standards, so I think that's playing into
You
it
look
as
hot
well.
to me. You look good. I mean,
Oh.
you have a nice broad chest. You got good shoulders. I mean, you look like a good man.
Thank
You're
you.
wearing a
I'm
white
like,
shirt. I can. No. You look great. You look clean. You look well kept. You have a home that you own or you rent. I'm sure you probably own.
Well, so like I'm in an apartment here in Lafayette, so I've only been here a year, but I own 2 homes in El Paso. I just sold those because the market was good, and so I did well on those. I'm going to buy a 4-plex that's being built in Santa Teresa, which is like right next to El Paso, and because they're just building them now, and that place is exploding with all types of industries and such. I know this because
Right.
as a reporter in that area, I know all the businesses that are coming in. So that'll cost me probably about $700,000. That'll be paid off probably about 6 years because everything that the people who live there are going to basically pay for it. And
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping to cash that in as soon as it's paid off and then fuck around on the internet. You know?
Nice. Yeah, get that mailbox money, bro.
But here's my
Yeah.
comment on this: that for everyone watching this, is that Patrick Melton does not own his own house. His fucking girlfriend owns the house.
That's what I'm saying right now. This
Yeah, but
guy,
Brennan
Yeah,
Brennan's
I
never
have to
owned a
say this
house,
again.
bro. You gotta
That his
understand that.
girlfriend owns his house,
I
and
thought
that's
about
all
that.
I'm saying.
I heard you say that
Yeah.
earlier. And like, I guess
No, I have
if
to
my
repeat
chick-
that. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Like I heard you, and now I know it, and because of repetition. But like, if
I'm
my
fucking
chick,
around. I'm having fun, man. So
no, it's okay. But like, if my chick paid for my stuff, I think I'd be like, I'm a pimp, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a small aspect of that,
it.
but yeah, he's not balling. But I don't think
I
he
agree.
ever really claims he did. But I do agree with ATP that when he started calling ATP poor, it's like,
Like,
no,
wow.
ATP's
Bro.
you
ATP
tell me
is
for it's like, dude,
Yeah.
your bitch owns your house. Like, get the fuck out of here,
I
man.
didn't
I'm
know
in
you
the
guys, so it's
Bahamas.
my fault.
Yeah.
I live in the Bahamas and I own my house. you
Oh,
know,
so Brennan had something at one point and he sold it. And so okay, so they're
said,
not like yeah.
Brandon has said that, by the way. Like, he's
Okay.
admitted to that. Like, so
I didn't know, but
Yeah, so.
that's cool. I mean, yeah, it's
But Will, you seem like a really cool guy. Like I like you, man. So.
Thanks, man. I like you too. I like y'all. Thank you for letting me come on. I was more nervous to come on here than I was going on air today.
Why?
yeah.
Why?
I don't
What's
know.
wrong
Like,
with
I was
It's the unknown, probably.
terrified.
3-on-1. No, we're chill. Actually, the funny thing
What's
is,
wrong with us, Will? What's going
funny
on
thing
here?
is, like, people are always like, "Oh, you guys ambush and you guys do all this stuff." It's like,
We do not. At
honestly, I think the only 2 guests we've ever had who are kind of like complaining about the show afterwards were Stuttering John and Ray. And then everyone else was cool. Like, I know, like, everyone else who's come on, even Mersh, like, people, Pod Awful did a show about us having Mersh on, be like, they were trolling them, and Mir and Mersh kind of got into it. But
I was
Mersh is like,
100%
you guys
with
were
Mersh.
cool. Mersh came on again. It's like everyone's just kind of like,
Dude.
we're fair,
Your weekend. Hey, guys, I don't know if Will has a comment.
What?
on this. So, what do you think about like the Pod Awful guy getting taken off fucking YouTube?
He got taken off
Everyone's
YouTube?
blaming it on Mersh. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of this?
I don't know enough about it, but I got a notification because I had a gifted membership from him. I got an email like your membership was paused or whatever. And then I was like, well, who was I? Looked through all my memberships, and then I realized it was him. I went to his page, and it just said this page doesn't exist. And he DM'd me because I was trying to get him on our show. He's like, hey, can you boost this? And he posted something like it had something to do with spamming and something. So I have no clue, and I'm not in that. Like, I know that he's got a tight-knit community on Discord, and he's got all of his guys and all that stuff, whatever he calls them, his henchmen. But I don't know what happened, but yeah, it sucks, I guess, for him. Do you know anything about it, Will? You're kind of tied into all this shit, right?
No, I didn't hear anything about the Pod Awful thing, but I don't know. I think you should be able to say what you want to say whenever you want to say it, but there's also, limitations.
Yeah.
You don't own YouTube; it's their business, so you have to follow their rules.
Well, supposedly Pod Awful got taken off, and I don't even know who he is. Like, I know nothing about it, right?
He was nice to us, so he's cool.
And then, and
he's covered our show a few times.
Take him down.
Well, Mersh and Stein are 2 of his main targets, so who knows? But not to say, I'm not even going to accuse either of them. He does like a similar show to like Melton or Red Bar, where he focuses on someone and does a long form dissection of them. So he has people who could potentially, and over the last like week or two, he's been having guest hosts. Like, he had Sven on, he had some other guy I didn't know who it was last night. He had Ethan Ralph guest hosting last week.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so he
probably got him fired. Or got him kicked off because Ethan is kicked off of YouTube and stuff like that. So
right. It could have been one of many things, and I have I'm not like that cool with him or anything. He won't even respond to my DMs to get on our show after I did him that favor. So it's kind of like whatever. I'm not like,
no, he's nice.
I don't know.
Guy.
I just don't know what happened, but I did notice it right when it happened. I put a tweet out about it. But yeah, it sucks, I guess. He wasn't a big YouTube guy before. He's like Red Bar. He has his own, and Melton. They both grew up in that era where a lot of people are getting kicked off YouTube, and they built personal servers. So he has like a subscription to his website, and he does a lot of shows behind a paywall, like Red Bar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'll be all right. He's not like YouTube dependent, but it still sucks because a lot of people like me, I've known about him for a long time, but I wouldn't sign up for his stuff. But I did watch him on YouTube, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Right. So it's good for growing your show, obviously, being on YouTube. And he seemed to be upset about what happened. He thinks there's an injustice. So hopefully it gets all worked out. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, that's what I'm like looking at Brendan. Like, if he gets kicked off YouTube,
he's done,
that's probably
bro.
why he's so paranoid, because it's like he takes everything off right away, and he doesn't want anyone saying any not even that questionable things. He's just very, very tight on like his control because his show is so dependent on like that flow of money that comes through the YouTube. So, but yeah, it's just.
I don't want an enemy. You guys have like, not you guys, but like it seems like people in these download verses, they get like blood oath enemies and stuff like that. Like, I don't want that. Like, how does it get so far that like I'm trying to kill you, or I want to ruin your life or your career and everything about you? I want to just tear it apart from afar. Like,
that stuff turns me on.
Like, you didn't even know you did it. Like, that's what scares me.
Will, if you saw the videos they did with Barstool, you can see like I'm the fucking nicest guy in the world.
I want to know where you live.
For like me.
Where do you shop at?
So
That's what I wanna
Decline's,
know.
Decline's giving us a little yeah, it was some mini Manson who was co-hosting last night, and the stream got cut in the middle of that stream. So I guess it was
Nudity.
yeah, with something like that. But
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, who knows? It's one of those things where it's like it can
And by
happen.
the way,
And
now that I know these two other guys too, like we're all like the nicest guys you ever meet. We're like, hung out.
I'm very nice. I'm very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
saying
know what
like,
I see?
I'm the nicest
I
guy.
I'm
really
sweeter
don't
than
have I really
pineapple.
don't have a problem with even like like Honk's always like, well, dude, like you have a personal beef with Ray. It's like, nah, man, I like Ray. I know more about Ray than anyone because I've been watching him and I'm
Right.
fascinated by him and I cover him. But even Ray, like who's talking mad shit on me, I have no beef with any of them.
Yeah, like at the end of the day.
I
Like,
admire the people like I laugh at, so
right.
any of these fans or creators, it's kind of like I don't have any personal animosity.
You're not losing
towards
sleep
anyone.
over it.
When I go to the chat in one of these like shows, and they're like, "Oh, your dick is disgusting." I'm like,
Yeah,
"What
ATP
the fuck?" Like, I've never like done anything to any of you. Fucking
No, no,
ATP gets a little. I can't say this. ATP, you have personal beef with a lot.
You
of
do
them.
have personal beef. You
Yeah,
can't deny
he
that.
loves it.
Polarizing.
I do, yeah.
You
So-
hate Melton. I know you do.
I totally hate Melton. No, but when his fans like, and the reason is because in the chat they're like, "You're disgusting," you're this. I'm like, "What the fuck? I never did anything to anybody."
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Other than this guy like talking shit about me is just like I don't care. Melton I fucking hate. Like he's a disgusting fat piece of shit. But that's
You should be able to turn it off and it stay up and you leave. You know what I mean?
it's like, well, I don't watch his show. I don't like actually all the shit he did on me. I haven't watched 1 second of it. But it was just like
You shouldn't. It's garbage.
You ain't missing
Will, do you
anything.
watch this show nonstop?
Melton's not nonstop.
Okay,
I've been
good.
catching like in between stuff. Like I guess when John goes down or when Shuli's go down and stuff like that, like that'll kind of pop in the middle there, and or again when like nothing else is on and then hits live, I'll kind of see what he's doing. But like I kind of agree with Brennan. He takes forever to get to the point.
Right.
Like it's this long round road with stops here and there, and
It's
then
like Red
jump
Bar.
back. Yeah, worse than Red Bar. So
Yeah.
like that's what kills me with him. But then there's those moments when I think he's funny. You know,
Yeah, he
like,
can be
cracks me
good.
up.
Melton does do a little quirk here and there. That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah, I think he's gone way too heavy into Chad. I mean, like, I love Chad as a
weird.
character, but like, it's almost too much, and to the point where it's like, okay, like, how much more can you cover
Well,
it?
I think the
He's
problem
not that
is-
what's
funny.
that?
He's not that interesting,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but-
he has no content, so he just like has to rotate. Like he's looking for like his enemies to, whatever, like rotate and talk.
And that's the
about it.
risky thing he did with this Hackamania thing, because now
Yeah.
he can't really say anything about Carl, or he can't say anything about Nap Dixon, or he can't say anything about Rat
Nap Dixon
DeVito.
is the greatest nickname ever.
Or he can't say anything about who else is going Tukey, which they were always kind of boys anyway, so I don't
Yeah,
think he
that's
would
weird.
have.
Huh?
But
Like a little alliance with those two. From
yeah,
the
he used
beginning.
to. Yeah, so he's kind of like, yeah, that's
Time
the
to blow Melton.
yeah, that's the problem when you kind of start doing business with someone, then you feel bad like being objective to cover them. But so I feel, but whatever, it is what it is. And these events, if we've learned anything over the last year, the first Atlantic City event was, even though not much really happened, it generated a lot of content leading up to it. And then after, when the Bob and Brendan fallout, and then this last one was the same thing. So whatever happens, even if it's a bomb or it's like the best party event ever or somewhere in between in Vegas, it's going to generate tons of meaningless storylines leading up to it before and after. So it is good that these things are going
Win-win.
on. Yeah, exactly. Whether they make $1 or
Win.
they can talk about it. Yeah, they need that type of shit. So it's like, I get it. And but
Do you
yeah,
think they'll
it's
play around in Vegas? Because I think in Vegas they may, end you from playing screw around and things like that. I don't think they joke around there like they do in AC.
well, did you see where it's at? The
I did
event?
not. I know it's in
Okay,
Vegas.
so I'm
Dude,
gonna
it's
pull it
fucking
up.
Disgusting where it's at. Put up right now, man.
It's like the Showboat or something like that.
No,
No,
it's at a place called the Nerd.
The
It's like fucking
nerd
More
boy.
fucking central. There's like
And-
a Jabba the Hutt thing, and it's a fucking disgusting.
That's right.
Okay. It's like a trap house.
Oh yeah.
No,
fucking
it's an adult arcade. Is where the whole venue,
That's
the whole
hot.
event's taking place.
But dude,
Always
it is
take your. Well, if you ever want to score a
nerdiest
bitch,
fucking-
you know, in your older age, take her to a fucking arcade for adults, man. That's
Or
what
you
do.
find
I'm a
younger
fucking
girls at the
Star
arcade.
Wars fan. And this
Exactly.
fucking place is
19,
nerd.
20-year-old kumbaya bitches go to the arcade.
Fucking disgusting.
I'm in. Take two.
This makes me sick.
Yeah, so the Nerd is
Makes
this.
me sick.
It's
It makes me sick, dude. Like, do a vent here.
It's over on Fremont Street in the mall there, and it's a
Okay,
adult
that's not
arcade, modern
No,
bar with
it's
comic book centric.
Terrible.
Can you do the
You
pictures?
see it.
Yeah, I will. I just wanted to kind of give people an overview, and they got bowling there inside the place. They got pool
a good
tables.
That's a good
Yeah,
date.
so it's downtown.
Yeah, it's in the Fremont Street district. So it's not in the
Mechanical
casino
penis,
district.
1x2.
But yeah, one of the things they got there is the world's
Hey, what
largest
Mike, you should
penis.
jump on, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll send him the link if he wants to jump on. But yeah, so I'm having a hard time zooming. But yeah, they got a mechanical bull that is a giant penis, and then I guess they can move it out, and they also have this wrestling or UFC ring there. I think they shoot like porn or something here.
Fucking disgusting.
That's the place
Yeah.
to be.
So this is where the event's taking place, and they got a little bowling alley. They got some bars. They got these arcade things. So I was blown away. All the bartenders there are like short people, midgets. And
I didn't know
I mean,
that.
this is getting better and better. The more you say
yeah,
it,
it's crazy, bro.
I'm going to Hackmania.
They got a
Oh,
statue.
right.
They got a
Hey,
statue of
who's-
Melton there.
Dude, that's tough.
He said
That's
it's fat
tough.
special.
No. Yeah, I got. Hang on. Look at that bitch right there.
I did that for
Click on her.
ATP.
Click on that
This
bitch.
chick?
Right there. Yeah.
Which one?
That one right there. She's sexy though. She's gonna turn all the nerds on. She's gonna wear her Princess Leia outfit. Her, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be all right.
Well, I think this place is popping off during Comic-Con. It's like a huge place. But anyway,
How
yeah.
many
So
guys is that chick gonna blow at the fucking?
Honestly,
think-
no. Here's the thing, boys. I really think it'll be a successful show, though. I think they'll make their money from it. Honestly,
It'll be interesting. Maybe John will go.
John
maybe
will not
you never
go to
know.
that.
I mean, I bet he
dude,
could.
he
Someone pays
could.
him.
If he's wanted enough, and they like to convince him, like, dude, just come, man. I think he's kind of a lonely dude. I think he would go. You could twist his arm into going. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
looking at this event. Sorry, I'm laughing at this fucking venue.
Keep going. What's more photos? Let's see more photos.
Sorry, I'm just gonna send win by 2 just in case he wants to jump on. But I know he jumped on earlier with me. But yeah, we'll go back to the pictures.
I'm disgusted by this place, man. It's like fucking ridiculous.
The Nerd.
The nerd. I love
Nerd's
it, dude.
fucking-
I love it.
That's what it's called, the nerd. Can you
It's a
look at
cosplay themed bar. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like, it blew my mind when we discovered it because I was like, what? Because I figured it's gonna be in Vegas. It's gonna be at some like
nice hotel.
banquet hall that's connected to a casino, and it's because
Right.
that's what the AC thing was. But this is like kind of
Right.
off the strip, and it's more of like I don't know. It's just so nerdy, but and it's called the Nerd. But like, yeah, we were looking at this one on Win by 2.
As an old 44-year-old man, I think I do like the more older crowd at the casinos. No, I'm just kidding. I think I would love this though.
I think they're both. I mean, it's going to be a different vibe for sure.
Yeah, these other little people are going to be
I
your
think
bartenders.
Yeah.
What's the set list like?
It's Melton. It's Nap Dixon. It's Rat DeVito. It's Carl. It's
Carl's going to
Kooky.
go?
Yeah, and it's
I can't
Earl.
help my fucking self. Guys, I gotta they almost stop my cam now. I'm laughing.
who's that? That looks like that one dude from
That Godfrey?
It's
No,
like
Die.
Godfrey. Oh my god.
who's that fucking dude? Diary.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Diary
about.
of a Made Man.
Yeah. God damn it. I can't pick his name on the top of my head. That
Fucking
looks
his
just
name.
like him, bro.
Ian Bellina. He's a
Yeah,
crypto
yeah.
scammer. Yeah, he's dope.
Crypto scammer. Is that Scarface?
Ian
No,
Bellina.
it
Yeah.
just looks like a good
This
time.
Nigerian dude. He's a G.
Honestly, it looks like. Well, you love comedy shows, right?
Yeah, well, I haven't been to one in a minute, to tell you the honest truth. I don't go to a lot of live comedy venues here in Lafayette. I've never been to one here.
Why?
I did see Dave Chappelle in El Paso.
Right, but
Yeah.
you oh, there he is. Yeah, Untold Stories. Yes.
He's this Nigerian crypto billionaire dude. He's dope.
Wow. You could buy Africa.
Yeah, selling shit coins, dude. He's a G. But yeah, so you've seen as far as stand-ups go, you've seen Chappelle.
I did, yeah. I saw Dave Chappelle maybe about 5-10 years back. I don't always go to the comedy scene and stuff like that. I'm more just a drunk.
Yeah.
Like the old bar scene where I can just kind of go and belly up and kind of relax and stuff like that. And then I come and listen to you guys talk shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Makes me
I haven't been to a comedy show, God, and
I
I'm
haven't
trying to
been
think
to
of what the
comedy
last
since
one I
like
went to was.
13. It was Louis Black was the last one I was at, and I was like a kid.
I used to live like right next to the Chicago Theater, like right across the street. So I went and saw a bunch of people back then. I would go see. I saw like Louis C.K. and Bill Burr and Joe Rogan, Joey
Did you ever go to
Diaz.
the Hypnotist?
That's a pretty good. That's a good lineup.
No, well, not a professional hypnotist, but I
the show,
mentioned
the
it
show
on the MJ. I went to a hypnotist that got me to quit smoking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
That
did
was just a
when they do
one-on-one
the
thing.
comedy shows, and they do that, and they do the hypnotist, and like everybody there was just making shit up. Like they're not hypnotized. I did it, and I wasn't hypnotized, and I just played along. And
Oh, no
danced
shit?
with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No one's hypnotized. It's
I don't
all-
know.
Do you believe in the afterlife, Will?
Oh, in the spirit world?
Yeah, no,
Where
for
these
real. Do you
questions
believe in
coming
that
from? You're
shit?
just like random things, like
Yeah, Mir.
You seem like you believe in something, bro. You seem somewhat like complacent when it comes to like the spirit world, because you're talking about you didn't fall for a lady tricking you into being hypnotized. Not even tricking, putting you into hypnotism. But
yeah, definitely. Two things in this world scare me, and that's Holy Joes and reformed drunks.
there you go. All right. See, you're a based man. You're based.
Yeah. I'm trying to be in the middle, man.
You're
Truly.
from Fox News, so you're based. I get it.
I'm not. Yeah, I guess I am.
I'm kidding. I know you're affiliate.
Right, but I really am in the middle. Like, I think both sides are assholes, and it's funny too. Like the whole Trump cycle was just entertaining. Like in El Paso, it was wild. People were going crazy. They loved him and they hated him, but like right there on the border, where like they were building a wall and all this stuff, so people were going bananas. Like it was insane. And then the migrant stuff came through. Like I've never seen anything like that there on the border. Yeah. Then we had like the massacre that when the dude came out of like freaking Colleen or something like that, and an AK-47 killed 23 people. I knew some of the people that died in there in that Walmart.
You knew people who died in there?
Yeah, I did. That was terrible. I went live at the Walmart, not knowing I had friends in there that were dead. Yeah, it was a real bad time. And that thing lasted for like a year because there's so much craziness. There's so many stories that go on with that, and like it was wild. That was like the worst.
What was the El Paso one? Like, can you give me some details on that?
So this dude, Patrick Crucius, was on 8chan, and he didn't like Mexicans, so he wanted to go to El Paso and kill a bunch of them. So like he was nuts. His mom was like a psychologist, and she knew he was nuts, and so he shouldn't have guns. But the ATF is like, well, it's just right. So and I'm in the middle on guns too. I don't care, whatever.
No,
but like,
you're good, man.
Yeah, whatever. So like he bought his AK-47 to El Paso, thinking he was gonna kill a bunch of Mexicans because they were. The Walmart that he went to was right there by the border.
The Walmart one. Yeah.
Yeah, he walked in with an AK and started spraying people. Yeah, and it killed a bunch. And then he left. And the guy's such a fucking idiot too. Like he got to his car, was on the way out. Troopers pulled up behind him. He thought that they were getting him. They didn't know he was in front of him. So he gets out and he puts his stuff up. He says, I'm the guy. And the cops came up. They're like, what? And they look and they realize there's the weapon and there's ammo and stuff like that all in the vehicle. And they're like, that's the guy. And they pulled him out. He was right. He could have gone and kept going and gone to another place and done that. Like it was insane.
Hey boys, I gotta go. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Peace out, boys.
You're good, brother.
Peace out, man.
Nice talking to you, Lil Mir. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wild stuff. I don't know where ATP went either, or why Mir's dropping off. But
Oh, yeah, this is kind of heavy duty stuff too. So yeah, maybe we just call it.
yeah, man. I really
Yeah, still
appreciate
blue.
you coming on, man. Yeah, it was kind of an impromptu episode. We were gonna have one of these emo rappers on that Mir started this rap war with, and then the guy
Good.
kind of was having a hard time. So we rescheduled with him, but we just wanted to kick it and appreciated you coming on, man. So all
Cool.
the
If
best
you ever
to
want
you,
me
man.
again, holler at me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Awesome, dude. And thanks for everyone who joined us in chat. Let me see what these guys are saying. Oh, ATP is saying I need to sleep. Yeah, he was drinking all day, so I was looking.
You
I'm
see
looking
a
at the private
little
channel.
borracho.
Yeah, that was actually, he's probably the reason we wanted to go live, because me and Mir were like, yeah, should we? And then we convinced him, like, he was like messaging us, Melton and Brennan, now they're taking pictures together. What the fuck? I'm like, yeah, let's go live, bro. Okay, if you'll come on, then we'll go live, because I love watching him freak out. So, but yeah, it was cool to have you on, man, and keep up the good work. Keep in touch, and we'll have you on again sometime to shoot the shit, man.
You got my stuff. Have a good night. Thank you.
Take care. Later, guys. Peace.
Bye, guys.